down inside me. And if you're looking for me, you're gonna find me. Bim 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 right there. It's a rhythm deep down inside me. Take me home, take me home, take me home. Wake me up before I fall asleep. Take me to a place where lovers meet. Marry me to the heart of water Spain. So if I ever leave, I'm bound to come again. All around is fire and flames. Oh, this world is so crazy, yeah. Protect we island, Father, we pray. Until the very end of we days. Take me, take me, take me to a place where my heart don't feel no pain. And I will tell you I want you, and I will tell you I need you 10 times more.
Blessed good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends. As you come up, I want to encourage you to call somebody who knows somebody, brothers and sisters. We outside this afternoon. Mind me, it's our first episode back with Real Talk. And mind me, Olio, it's Trinidad style and we had a talk what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. So as you come in, I need you to call somebody who knows somebody. Before we go forward, I just want to say a blessed good afternoon to our Facebook family. I want to say a blessed good afternoon to our Facebook page, 648 Television, each and every one of our brothers and sisters. Blessed good afternoon.
If I give you all my love, and would you
You know we must send out some love to our YouTube family, YouTube brothers and sisters, those of you, each and every one of you, let them know that your boy Irvin is back and it's only nothing but facts. Must send out some love to my Nikki, I seen you in the building. I seen you in the building. Blessed good afternoon, sis.
Make I go love tender, tender, oh, tender. My love the eternal, eternally, eternally, eternally. Love you for eternity. Oh, my love the eternal, eternally, eternally, eternally. Love you for eternity.
As you come up, I just want to say a blessed good afternoon to each and every one of our brothers and sisters. Yes, my 648 family, blessed good day to you.
I go walla walla for you.
I want to send out some love to my very own member of parliament for Point 14, Minister Ernesto Raymond Giza. Big up yourself, brother.
You are my love, who you treasure, who you cherish it and never let me go.
This blessed Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, the 15th of August, I want to send out some love to Trinidad and Tobago citizens. Wherever you are this blessed afternoon, whether you're in New York, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in England, you could be in Amsterdam. Wherever you are this blessed afternoon, whether you're in transit, you're probably on work, you're probably doing something home. Blessed good afternoon to you. I just want to say a blessed good afternoon.
Make I go love you tender, tender, oh, tender, oh. My love the eternally, eternally, eternally. Love you for eternity. Eternally, eternally, eternally. I love you for eternity. Give me can.
And watch me, we just vibes in this afternoon. It's just Trinidad and Tobago style before we get down into any conversation. You know, we must remember the messages in the music. Eh? The messages in the music, people. As you come up, I just want to say a blessed good afternoon to you wherever you are this afternoon. You and your entire family. Blessed good afternoon.
I'm going to till morning. Look, the one not sleeping. Tell them we not leaving. Till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So feel like I'm running down again. Jump and shake it down again. Play with one my friend and there. Don't play.
Yeah, this is the time where we tell them be very careful. Because I've been sitting and taking them in on mainstream radio. A lot of them have been practicing some disrespectful things. So the only fair thing for us to do is to keep it strictly facts. Ladies and gentlemen, some say nothing ain't going on. It's my responsibility to bring you the relevant information while we discuss about what is actually taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, where we are, where we need to be as a people, as we continue to support our government, our Honorable Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, and each and every representing factor this blessed afternoon. Blessed good day to you from your boy Irvin and 648 Television. It's the Real Talk program. We are back.
It's only one stage. This is the first. Look where we are. This is paradise. So magical. It's from above. Last jump up a canal, it's madness in the capital. So again, jump and shake it up again.
All the message people say, Irvin, it's time to bring back the program. It's time for you to be back, time for you to be out and about. And mind me, this and every Saturday going forward, we have a responsibility to you. So as you come up, I just want to encourage you to interact with the page. Please put your like, please put your heart. Those who coming up to be on negative vibe, put your angry face at the end of the day, it opens the algorithm. Today, we talking, man. Hey! And let me tell you something, we have a responsibility to always keep our frame of mind focused. Despite what you're dealing with, yes, we know the shortcomings. You mightn't have where you want. But watch me, God have you where you needs to be right now. So watch me, despite what you're dealing with, remember it's your responsibility to find yourself in a good spirit. This blessed Saturday as we discuss facts before your eyes.
In a good spirit, divides right up to the limit. So don't me down.
Thank you very much, Nikki. I see that. And blessings to you and your family.
I think in a good spirit, divides and cars in a minute. So don't me down, don't fight me down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could I tell you about it? Good people, it's good people. We only want love and circle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could I tell you about it? Good people.
good people, we only have love.
Sacrifices. We block out the noises. We have to forget the voices. One day we gonna make it. We don't have to fake it.
As you come up, I want to encourage you to call somebody you know somebody. Yes, people, share the live.
But now hear the story. It's
Hey.
you vex with me. Like I doing something. Like I doing something. When I hear the show now, it's you vex with me. Like I do the wrong.
When I take a stand, you vex with me. Let them know it's a good vibes. Eh? It's a good thing.
I in a good spirit.
What?
I drink in a good spirit. It's right up to the limit. So don't hold me down. Don't fight me down. I can never do bad things when you do say you never do that. Run for the green and then never look back now. Man.
Only remember to utilize the comment section. Yes, man, I see it. Bless good afternoon.
Dance. You will be dancing forever.
As you come up and encourage you, call somebody you know somebody. Let me talk this afternoon.
But now hear the story. It's you vex with me.
You know we must touch on HDC a little bit.
Something. Like I know you something.
You know we must touch a little bit on the gas line in Port of Spain where they say run underneath the structure.
I know the wrong.
So obviously we talking about the police force a little bit this afternoon.
Oh, it's a good thing.
I in a good spirit.
I drink in a good spirit. It's right up to the limits. So don't.
And before I go forward, my brother Anil Robert start the conversation and mind me, he's taking a deep dive in the investigation when it comes to HDC and the resources that was utilized over the years. So you know we must run a piece of our very own Minister Anil Roberts, Minister in the Ministry of Housing. Big up yourself, brother.
Don't hold me down. Don't bite me down. Yeah.
You know we gonna be irresponsible if it is we don't utilize a piece of Minister Philip because he have been out and about. So Minister Philip Edward Alexander, bless good afternoon to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll call somebody you know somebody. We go have to talk. We go have to talk. And it has some good things taking place in Point 14 here, so I have some videos to run for you too. Hey, bless Saturday to each and every one of you as you come up. I encourage you to call somebody you know somebody. The Real Talk program is back. Hey, how you do? I must get through it.
Girl, roll up now, you show me that wine. Turn around, girl, don't be shy. Hello. Yeah. So, girl, I love the way you blow my mind. Hold me tight and bring down. Hello.
I'm ready for it.
Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Give me that. Wind it up.
Friday.
Bring to the back.
Hey,
Go on, just come to me. I'll give you that sweet type of love.
I want to send out some love to my brother. Opinion box this afternoon. I want to send out some love to my brother David Welch. I want to send out some love to you, each and every one of the UNC supporters throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Even the average citizen who just watching on and say, well, let me see what really going on here because watch my get leaks already. So I'm watching what going on.
Anything like a land,
Bless good afternoon to you.
but a girl them don't know how she clap. Anything like a go lad. Will you say? Sexy girl, when you come my way. What you do? I must get through. Girl, roll up now, you show me that wine. Turn around, girl, don't be shy. Hello.
Again, bless good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends. Again, it's your boy Irvin. And brothers and sisters, before we go forward, you know we have a responsibility to ask Father to take charge of every single thing that we are dealing with. Now, mind me, as I tell you, we have some topics to deal with because we are back and I didn't want it to go too heavy, but at the end of the day, we must discuss the facts. Because, yes, you mightn't be seeing me doing any programs, but at the end of the day, remember my number is out there. So a lot of these jokers has been calling back and forth and yeah, but you're stressed. and thing, and I ain't hearing you know, and what you are going on with the PSA, and what you are going on with WASA, and your government ain't good, and your member of parliament ain't doing nothing, and all kind of notishness that you're hearing here. And as I said, a gimmick just 2 days ago, I jump in a car, man telling me, Irvin, they're going and raise gas. I said, well, Solia, well, who you talking to? He said, brother, I'm telling you they're going and raise gas. I said, well, better bring a clip in, bring something where my minister say they're just going and raise gas just so. Because as far as I know, the government busy cutting deals to make sure that the people of Trinidad and Tobago benefit from it. But where you get that information, they're going and raise gas. And then at the end of the day, brother just tell me, boy, that is just our feeling, but just get our feeling. I say, brother, at the end of the day, if it is your work is taxi, and you know that you have to face the gas station on a daily basis, that negative energy that you bring in unnecessarily in your space could cause you some problems. You have the responsibility to stay positive. At the end of the day, yes, we understand that we have been dealt with, we have been battered and bruised. Matter of fact, we have the factual data, what was done to you. And as we navigate forward, we sit back and we listen to our brothers and sisters speak. And listen, my brother, Opinion Box carry on his program, and David Welch carry on his program, and other people carry on, Andy and so carrying on program. And I notice the conversation get very disrespectful along the way. Because when you look at the factual data in Trinidad and Tobago, each and every one of us must understand what took place. Before we go there, let the Father take charge of this conversation. Heavenly Father is your son, Irvin. Father, I want to thank you for all that you have done and all that you continue to do for us. Father, we continue to submit ourselves. We humble ourselves. We say Jesus Christ is Lord, and you are worthy to be praised. So this afternoon, Lord, we lift up each and every spiritual organization. We lift up each and every denomination. We lift up each and every community. We lift up every neighborhood. Father, we lift up every leader in every space. Father, we pray for every household. We lift up every child before you this blessed Saturday afternoon. And Lord, we just want to thank you for all that you have done and all that you continue to do for us. Father, we put our governing authority in your hand. We ask that you continue to cover our honorable Prime Minister, cover each and every one of our ministers, cover our representative from the council level straight up to central government level. Father, we ask that you take charge of each and every person that have the responsibility to play a part in Trinidad and Tobago, whether it be in the public sector, whether it be in the private sector, Father, whether it be those who out and about just playing their part in the community. Father, we ask that you cover them, you bless them, and you guide them and you protect them. Father, we asking for a change in tide, a change in the mindset, a change in the behavior of our young people and some of our adults. Father, we ask that you encamp your angels in them. Lord, we pray for a spirit of wisdom, a spirit of patience, a spirit of understanding to fluctuate through Trinidad and Tobago, through each and every community, every ethnicity, every group, whether it be sporting, political, whether it be just private gardening, whatever. Father, I just ask that you just take charge. Father, we just want to lift up each and every one of our supporters over the period of time. Father, we ask that you just bless our 648 family. You cover them, you guide them, and you protect them as we navigate forward. And as we have discussion, Father, we say less of us and more of you. Father, we pray that brothers and sisters continue to hold on to the facts that is being delivered. And those who could dispute it, Father, I pray that you let them utilize the phone lines, Lord, and we could debate it in a respectful way, only for knowledge purposes. So, Father, every single thing that is being said and done is being said and done for your honor and for your glory. Lord, though the information might be uncomfortable for some, but Father, I pray you change the mindsets and the hearts of our brothers and sisters in this country. I pray that we continue to rise as a unified nation. Father, we lift up every single person, every single adult, every single middle-aged, and every single child. And Father, we even say a special prayer for our citizens outside of our nation, those married into families outside of our nation. We ask that you guide them, you protect them, you cover their going outs and their coming ins. You continue to order their hands, Lord. Father, may they continue to be a blessing in their space. Father, we just thank you in no other name but Jesus' name. As we go forward, we thank you for today's program. We thank you for all that you have done and all that you continue to do for us. In no other name but Jesus' name. Amen and amen. Blessed good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends. Blessed good afternoon. Once again, brothers and sisters, 007 and senior. I don't know if somebody could link Mr. Freeport for me, Pearl Sammy, Nikki. You know we have a wide group, Triple D Roti Shop. We have a wide group, Anthony and senior in the building. Who is this here now we seeing? Stephon, bless good afternoon. It's coming up one by one. Lady Ra, bless good afternoon, bless good afternoon, bless good afternoon to you. 007 and senior in the building. Bless good afternoon for you, Samaru. Bless good afternoon to each and every one of our brothers and sisters. I see on the YouTube side here. Let me see what we see on Facebook here. Nikki. Who is that? Be Pat, bless good afternoon. Sandra, bless good afternoon to you. Charles, bless good day. Walcott, bless good day to you. Indira, senior on this side, bless good day. Each and every one of you as you come up, brothers and sisters, I just want to bring greeting from my family to your family, bring greeting from the studio to you. And I just want to speak to the member of parliament for Point 14, and I bring in greetings from him to each and every one of you. Mind me, brothers and sisters, you need to stay tuned next week Saturday, because this and every Saturday going forward, we have a responsibility. So from 6 in the afternoon, we will be out and about bringing you all the relevant information and all the updates that is needed in your spaces. Again, I just out this afternoon just to strengthen a conversation that is taking place. But before I go forward, I want to bring some greetings here from a member of parliament, because you know the conversation is in every single community that he can find himself in. And mind me, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, if you have been those of you who have been paying attention to Facebook, we working from the back, come to the front. This is why those who have been pretending and playing dress up, they continuing to be out and about in the public, they'll be in stand up in Point 14 directly and tell you that they're not seeing the member of parliament. That is because that is not the only place he be at. He actually be in the communities. Although he have enough, matter of fact, although he know the earnest of the community factually lies on the borough corporation. But for some strange reason, it has been decades since the borough has made any form of structural delivery that could really enhance our community. Because when it is you look at it, the level of basketballers, football, the level of sportsmen and sportswomen, but I don't start to call sports when we talk in Point 14. The contribution that the families, the burgesses of Point 14 contribute when it comes to sports alone, we didn't even have to touch on emancipation. This is to tell you the level of facilities that we already supposed to have. We know we're close to our velodrome. Mind me, speaking with my member of parliament, he want to bring something big, he want to bring something nice, but at the end of the day, the negotiation had to take place with him and the governing authority. So we're not flying in nobody's face and demanding, well, I want this no, and it's no, and it's no, because I see people stood up and they say they're supporting this government, and when UNC win, everybody win, and today they having a different conversation. But I say, suffice to be so, everybody have their role and their responsibility to play. My thing is to remind you that we have a responsibility to never forget what was done to us. Whether you support this government or not, we have a responsibility to never forget what was done to us. Mind me, I'm a praying man. I mightn't be all of the pastor man who just stand up on the pulpit with all the accolades behind him. You know those type. I am not those. Something that I know, something I live by, I know God is good. I know I have the responsibility as a Trinbagonian citizen to serve God. I have enough sense to know it have different ethnicities in this country, it have different religion in this country. And it is not my responsibility as somebody who love God to condemn somebody else's religion. And this tends to be the common thing in Trinidad and Tobago. And I am saying this is a serious part of our problem. Because if the Baptists get to do the thing, just because the Baptists had problems even ringing the bell. If the Hindu man get to do his thing, the Muslim man get to do his thing, the Jehovah Witness, the Ethiopian Orthodox, the Christian man get to do their thing, and everybody get to share the message, and everybody literally come out to share the message. Trinidad and Tobago will be a better place. But again, our responsibility is to hold on to the facts. Because in a lot of cases, the thing has become commercialized. It's commercials here, commercials there, you're dealing with shortcomings in your school, you're dealing with shortcomings in your family, and then when you go to the house of the Lord and all you're just trying to do is get a little word, sometimes it doesn't turn out. So sometimes a lot of the attitudes that you meet, and this just turn people away from church and get people bitter. So our brothers and sisters who have the responsibility of being the spiritually grounded one, and you have the house of the Lord and you're supposed to be attracting the brothers and sisters, to the house of the Lord. Your responsibility is not only to sit and speak to your flock. The doors need to open. You have a role to play. And I honestly believe, based on how this thing was structurally set, the church have a serious part to play in the nation. And the fact that when it is you look at it, young men going to jail for crimes, when you look at it, murders, and then the earnest continue to fall holistically on no matter what government is in power. No matter what government is in power, the earnest seriously falls on the government. And then the people of Trinidad and Tobago end up with their fingers crossed, because now we had to hope that we get a government that actually is willing to work on behalf of the people. Hence the reason why the last 10 years, well, 9 years and 8 months under the last regime, we have a responsibility to not play games. Because when you look at it on a daily basis, it's our brothers and sisters who actually represent that group, and they're outside and they're talking, and they say they're talking on Africans' behalf, and they say they're talking to because they realize that this government here is a racist government, and African people have no opportunities in the government, and this government is a strictly Indian government, and I personally trying to understand the message that Marvin Gonzalez and others, Randall Mitchell and these fellas and them are trying to understand the message that they're trying to send here. Is it that you're trying to say that only African people is educated in the country? Or is it that you're trying to say that our East Indian brothers and sisters, although they are qualified, they have no reason to be holding down some of these chairman positions? Because if memory serves me correctly, NCW on a board, he's an African person, but you bypass him. You didn't bother to say congratulations to him. You spoke about him and say that the UNC put he there as a mole. Instead of you just say congratulations to your African brother, and I pray the contribution that you make would be impactful, that the members and the citizens of this country could actually feel it. We actually see the government pushing. We continue to play a game in this country like African people is being left behind. African people have been left behind for the longest. And it's by no one but ourselves. No one but ourselves. We could sit back today, and when we see Michelle Benjamin come to greet the public domain, and listen to the nastiness. This is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Listen how disgusting this thing looks. There are videos where emancipation came up. The Prime Minister didn't go. They have events where he did not go. This year, they made it priority. Now, mind me, they made it priority. The people who do not support this government made it priority for the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago to find herself at the emancipation celebration in Port-au-Spain. Prime Minister said, listen, I have been to 2 events for the week already, and on top of that, I have a minister quality, and to me, that is respectful, because that shows that my Prime Minister have full confidence in Miss Michelle Benjamin. And Michelle Benjamin continue to do her work. Mind me, when it is time for her to show up in Point 14, I could boast about that. She does be here, standing side by side with my member of parliament, addressing the people side by side. So those who saying that Miss Michelle ain't working on their behalf, well, then you know what's going on in your community. You know what it is you planning. You know who it is you sitting down and talking about the betterment for your community. As much as you know what you're doing, I know what I'm doing. So when I distributed my information, and I could show you the evidence and the factual data that Miss Michelle in Point, Anil in Point, Philip in Point, Mr. Watson Point, Miss Kamala in Point, Minister Alexander in Point, that is Roger Alexander in Point. You just name it. When it's time to come, Point ain't no far place for this government to come. We don't have to sit down and keep our fingers crossed and hope when it is my member of parliament addressing something and he say, hey, I will bring the relevant minister down here to see it. As much as we doing with paperwork and we requesting that we get this done, I will try my utmost best to get the minister down to Point 14. And he continued to do that. So my government continued to stand with my member of parliament. What baffled me for emancipation? These people sit and they waited patiently. Now listen, this is the ultimate African celebration in Trinidad and Tobago. Matter of fact, emancipation is so important globally. This is one of the ultimate globally celebrated African celebration. It so happened that the first place that emancipation was celebrated was Trinidad and Tobago, Point Fortin to be exact. And one would say, whether you heard Miss Kamala was coming, and Miss Kamala was coming with the Mahasabha, and Miss Kamala was coming with the Mahasabha, the Prime Minister of India, and a delegate to the emancipation celebrate, whether you did hear that? Standing up to boo an African young lady on the national African holiday, and the fact that social media and the PNM supporters, their ministers came up and they supported that initiative. The lady says she's starving and she will remember this government promise us food for tomorrow while we starve today. This is her words. You pick as an African lady with an African group following you. Government representation, African representation, every one of you understand the importance of emancipation. Well, one would want to believe that you understood the importance of emancipation. And you choose that day to come and make a next disgraceful spectacle on the African, representing the African community on the national African holiday, and then turn around and tell Africans in Trinidad and Tobago, you did that because of Indian. You did that because of Miss Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Miss Kamala Prasad Bisesa was not in the venue. Miss Kamala Prasad Bisesa was nowhere close. She had her Minister of Culture representing her government. Her Minister of Culture didn't come to attack nobody in the crowd. Matter of fact, she kept her composure while that lady made a drastic embarrassment. While she claimed to be representing each and every African. Not without a doubt, it is our responsibility to hold on to the factual data. I just monitor in the direction that this lady, where they pull the stunt in the capital city of Trinidad and Tobago on an African major holiday, disrespected Miss Michelle Benjamin while she came to bring greetings from the government and from the citizens of this country. Disrespected all out. Just the other day, Miss, just in case that you believe, you say you wouldn't forget. Well, we wouldn't forget. You stood with our government and you're continuing to support your government because all that took place on that African holiday, where that African supposed to be celebrating and representing and thanking God that we navigated out of slavery and it's time for us to stop thinking as slaves. That holiday, the holiday that's supposed to make us remember the fight and the struggle. We're not supposed to be fighting and struggling and complaining. We're supposed to remember where we came from. And our responsibility is to remember the direction that we go in. What we learn along the way. Along the way, we saw Africans who get the opportunity in this country. They're always quick to blame East Indian for the shortcomings of this country. Africans who had the opportunity to run this country. Matter of fact, the gentleman still living. Today he's a farmer. You could imagine. All you voted for that man. All you tell we stupid and dotish. UNC party is a racist party. All you go lie down on the ground and eat roti at the side of the table. And that gentleman, Mr. Keith Rowley, is the only prime minister. We're talking about Eric Williams, Basdir Pandey. We're talking about Mr. Chambers. We're talking about Robinson. We're talking about Patrick Manning, Miss Kamala Persad-Bissessar. And if you want, we could touch on some of the acting prime minister. He's the only prime minister. Listen how you embarrass our legacy. The only prime minister in Trinidad and Tobago that abandoned his prime ministerial position, his responsibility that he had to the people to go and mine goat. That is what he did to us. You stand up in Port of Spain explaining that you're representing because Africans, and you wouldn't forget that this government promised us food tomorrow while we starve today. Miss, I want to ask you and the PNM supporters, each and every one of you that participated and supported that conversation on behalf of Africans in this country, while all you feel people wasn't watching. Where were you when that former government being led by the former Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley, they said they borrowed $13 billion to buy food to feed people for COVID-19. Miss, where were you when the people in this country were crying out? Where were you when Living Waters had to scramble all over the country to make sure that people get goods? Where were you when non-profit organizations couldn't sleep at night because the phone was ringing and ringing and ringing and the government continued to be absent? Well, you supported that. You pick Emancipation Day to run up on an African sister representing the same government that you say racist. But they have an African sister to present African emancipation. Blessings. Gopi blessings. $13 billion. Ask your neighbor and your neighbor and your neighbor how much hamper them get out of $13 billion. Mind me, it was spent. It was spent. It was spent. It is my responsibility. Listen, they told me that I am wrong. They told you, you're stupid and you're dotish. The evidence is right before your eyes. Listen. Minister Roberts asked a question a couple of weeks ago. Is the most amount of threats I have ever seen fly on social media. The PNM supporters came out, guns blazing. And they may build a house yet. And them corrupt. And them stupid and dotish, and all you who supporting this government, stupid and dotish. All you know the kind of activities that all your government practice. All you eat scrums is all you who was comfortable with a hamper. Listen, $13 billion supposed to be to feed the nation. All you was comfortable with a hamper and 2 chicken every fortnight. I don't know how all you used to make that stretch. Today you in the middle of Port of Spain, telling the world that this government, you will remember how you starving. This government, how you starving. You sit back with that government. When you talk CPEP, rip off. HDC, rip off. Oil and gas, rip off. No matter where you go, rip off. There's not one balance structure that these people was dealing with. And people, let me tell you something. I say, see how I come back here tonight? It is our responsibility to give these people and them an opportunity to clear the name. Now, mind me, all we could go with is the data that is in the public domain. So as I continue to stand by my Honorable Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, and I stand with my UNC government with the coalition of interests. I continue to endorse the OWTU that continue to stand firm when it comes to the refinery and oil and gas. Excuse me. I continue to stand firm with my member of parliament and his vision that he has for Point 14. I stand firm with Minister Munilal. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring all your video here. You see, the conversation that is being displayed in this country is that Anil Roberts and them ain't doing nothing. Philip ain't doing nothing. The conversation is that the UNC corrupt. Now, mind me, we go take it down a little bit in the second hour. The UNC corrupt, right? So my thing is to play something for you from the PNM. And you know will get a vivid understanding. Those of you who know people living in HDC apartments, in HDC houses, those of you who claim, say, that the PNM gave you a house, and you've been living in sewage for the longest. Some of you, all your window been leaking for the past 10 years. Your roof been falling in for how long? It have more cockroach. I want to let you listen to the words of a former minister. Listen to Miss Camille Robinson-Regis and Trinidad and Tobago. To any one of the PNM trolls who just might be up, because I listen all your call in certain programs and all your call we East Indian brothers and sisters the C name because facts was being spoken. Phone line go open just now. Just make sure when you're calling you defend your conversation. Don't just call in and call people no racial names. Come with conversation, come with facts, come with evidence. But don't come at all. You could call the man who ain't no face. We come to work. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to play something for Miss Camille Robinson-Regis for you. It's either Miss Camille Robinson-Regis and the PNM government. These people and them really did their work. And all our ways are set of mad people in this country. And all the citizens who in HDC dilapidated places, all of them is a set of mad people. And the UNC have them saying that they're living under pressure because they're living good. Basically, this video I'm going to run here for you is Miss Camille Robinson-Regis explaining to you under her government. We're talking about the last former prime minister sat 2 terms, 9 years and 8 months. 2 terms he sat in office. And I want to play for you the delivery of these people and them and how comfortable they was before we get to some audio from Brother Anil Roberts. Before we get to Philip Edward Alexander. Because this thing must be broken down to you. You must understand what took place. Listen to this here.
The thing is that all HDC units are maintained by the HDC. These are the same people who also said that we were paying contractors to make large sums, as they put it, to maintain HDC developments. So it means, is it that we were maintaining them or we were not maintaining them? They said large sums were being paid to maintain. We were maintaining because that is one of the mandates of the HDC. Apart from building, we have a large portfolio of rental units. And once you are the landlord, you are mandated to maintain these buildings. Now, many of these areas, when people make their complaints about what issues they may be finding, within a few days, the HDC had a process of computerizing. People could, online complaints were made, and then there is a team of persons who go out and fix these problems. So I don't know what they're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, because I could have just explained it to you that Miss Camille Robinson Regis basically is saying that all the citizens of this country, especially those who are utilizing HDC premises, my brothers and sisters in Lakeview, in Hubertstown, people in HDC household in Pleasantville, East-West Corridor. This lady is explaining to the entire world that her government had a structure. And her government, when information is allocated, gathered, they had a team. It never used to take long. Send them out. And the problem solved. The problem solved. Ms. Camille Robinson Regis, I can't speak to you from all HDC housing schemes, but I could speak to you from those that I actually visited. Miss, the sad and the disturbing thing about this is about my mother age. The sad and the disturbing thing about this, when you open your mouth and speak, you claim to be representing the African community. Just last week, sorry, week before. This is the content that you putting out for the entire world to see. So then what are you saying that the citizens of this country is victimizing you? What are you trying to say? That the people who actually living in Lakeview, and when the rain fall hard, they standing in sewage water. What are you saying, that those folks are liars? Even the lady who came out up Maloney side, come out talking about 3 ministers and they ain't doing nothing. And when you listen deep down inside, there's problems in these places. People saying it's years. When our very own minister, Philip Edward Alexander, walked, it's years a minister in walk to actually see what's going on in their spaces. And you in the public domain speaking loudly and proudly that you had a structure. But again, people, again, this is where we as citizens must mind our business. So I would bring you the structure that Miss Camille Robinson Regis and her PNM family use. I would bring it to you. And I would show you, no matter what these people do, it's either one out of two things. It's either they were lazy, they were just drastically corrupt, or they just didn't business. Listen what they do.
Behind Andrew Gabriel. His visa was revoked.
Norman Gabriel Limited from 2023 to 2025. Total value $17.5 million. No competitive bidding, just the same contract extended year after year. The Procurement Act came into place in 2023 and requires public bodies to go to open tender. And according to an internal report, HEC didn't do that. The report says any extension granted after April 2023 without competition is void and illegal under the Act. Norman Gabriel Limited is owned by Andrew Gabriel.
Now you're listening to the conversation. I take my brother forward. They thank you very much for that little video there, bro. I don't know your name. But it's the same information that I was checking out. The Procurement Act states in 2019, they went and do the amendment, you know. This is why the problem with CPEP, URP, and all these different groups, they went and amend the amendment and break their own amendment. The OPR clearly states that after this period here, everything come back to the public. You go through a fair bidding process. Ms. Camille is explaining to you that any problems or anything that had to be done, she had a team, them had a crew, and a phone call go make. Ms. Camille, just like Faris Alwari and the CPEP structure, the fact continued to be the procurement legislation, all these things was put in place to be a guideline so that the citizens could understand what is taking place with their resources. You blatantly disrespect each and every citizen in this country. Poorly represented us. spend millions and millions and millions of dollars, and we could comfortably tell you, between friends, and I don't even think these people is your friends. The fact remains is that you hate your own people so much that you rather just give a man million, 17 point how much million than to fix the apartments in Maloney. Ms. Camille, the earnest fall on you and your government. Now, people, I need a little listen to this piece of conversation here. I need a little listen to this because at the end of the day, we're touching on HDC one time. And I want a little listen because Brother Anil Roberts is taking a deep dive into actually what is taking place. And mind me, he was on TTT. So let me take in piece of Brother Anil Roberts and this conversation with where this HDC corruption really stands. Where it really stands. And why. This is the reason why all these threats. This is the reason why all this conversation about all you go let them Indian and them Indian. That is the conversation they in your right to. They literally called in the direct radio station and used the C word and call out the East Indian brothers and sisters while they was in power. They went and borrowed the most money that has ever been borrowed in the history of Trinidad and Tobago and utilized the money too. And up to today, you cannot explain where the money have been spent. They won election, built the highway collapsed, and didn't fix it. The government opened back the highway. That is on the creek. This government had to win election to come and fix the creek. You know, with some of them so drunk and foolish, they're so dotish that they would tell you that they fix the creek for Indian people. They wouldn't tell you that they fix the creek so that the man who plying the trade to walk taxi to bring people to and from San Fernando are a little more comfortable. They wouldn't tell you that the creek fix and the fact that Minister Munilal is explaining we're going to actually complete this highway heading to Point 14 because, matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, we have information to bring to you. But let me run peace out, Brother Anil Roberts. Blessed good afternoon to you as you come up, ladies and gentlemen. Soon, blessed good afternoon to you. Blessed good afternoon to Iris. Blessed good afternoon to each and every one of you. Samaru, blessed good day, blessed good day. As I see the names are hailing it out.
The inability of the People's National Movement to account for the construction of that monstrosity that all of us could see. We could hear the noise when the PNM was in government. We could hear Venezuelan workers. We could see different types of truck dropping cement. Where in a construction site you're seeing 5 different contractors dropping cement and so on. We could wonder, but where is this building? How is it going up? We listened to the former Prime Minister Keith Rowley and they say raffle. How many of us have done a raffle and tried to raise funds for health care, for surgery and so on? Barbecue, curry-cue. We do walk-a-thon, swim-a-thon, buy a brick. But we could never reach 150, 120, 100 and anything million dollars. Now, let us start at the beginning, which is the end. Imagine the former selected Prime Minister, the Honorable Stuart Richard Young, said in a press conference day before yesterday, I don't know anything about Balize House. I was not on the fundraising committee. I was not part and parcel of that. I wash my hands of that and me ain't know. That.
Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is to explain to you what is taking place. This is to explain to you who is running scared. This is why it is their responsibility to pay a man with no face to come up and talk a pack of garbage. It is their responsibility. I saw a Syrian man come up. He started making video behind some tall building and talking proper THs and Miss Kamala Prasad, the Cesar government and all kind of lyrics. I say it's a matter of time before he explained what political party he's supporting. It happened to be Patriotic Front. When he started, he said he is supporting no political party. He's just about the democracy at Trinidad and Tobago. But the conversation come up now. OPR come up. All different kind of procurement legislation conversation. The facts are how the business is governed and run in Trinidad and Tobago came up. All of a sudden, everybody scrambling to a political party to try to get rid of this government. But we, the people, we will not be moved. We're listening to this conversation here because this Balize House conversation, this is the problem of frightening them, you know. This is what causing the problem and the mayhap. This is causing people to lose their visa and all kind of thing, you know. So while my minister take a deep dive, Trinidad and Tobago, listen to where your money was spent. Listen to where your money gone. Listen to all the investment, all who want to run out to come to tell you now the went down Venezuela to discuss on your behalf. You never send nobody to jump in no Congo line to chip behind nobody. You send them with a pen in their hand to do business. That is not what they do. They utilize your resources over the years and coming out to tell me they could never forget. Ladies and gentlemen, let me minister speaking.
That alone should send shockwaves through the country. That a man who was the #1 Gary Sober's minister for 9.5 years, a man who Keith Rowley said is his de facto greatest minister, a man who held every single portfolio, cross portfolio, fire ministers, was minister of national security, went everywhere, negotiating everywhere, procuring ferries, going to negotiate with Sandals. He don't know nothing. But he was selected by Keith Rowley to lead the PNM, to first of all swear in as a prime minister, right? Without following the PNM constitution. He come out and say, ladies and gentlemen of the PNM fake news media and the wider population, I know nothing about Balize House, the fundraising. I'm not on the committee. You know why Stuart Richard Young, who's an attorney at law, say that? Because this is dangerous. This is serious. This is not no game that Marvelous Marvin Gonzalez, former Minister of Public Utilities, Gallery himself and burning court document. This is not no witch hunt. If anybody control the police, it's the PNM. It's former Prime Minister Rowley who went by President's house.
Hold on. Mr. Minister, give me 1 second. To the people of Trinidad and Tobago, it's either we very irresponsible to the police service and to the court. Is it that it have one law for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and it have a next law for the PNM representative? Because as far as I know, there was a time the court did send a document for me. My child mother bring me up in the court. But hear this, when the police come, the summons man come home by me, he come by me in a vest. I didn't know was the summons man at the time. This man just jump out a car in a vest, basketball short pants, slipper in the foot, hand me this piece of paper and jump back in the car and gone. When I watch it is that. While the car looking to break the corner now, I rip up the document. He tell me, if me come to court, I lock up. I say, no problem, partners. But me going to court because as far as I know, a summons man cannot deliver a summons in that kind of condition. And if you use the summons man, well, boy, something wrong with you. It so happened that I didn't go to court. And with not going to court, a warrant was issued. And I remember the police come by me here, boy. And it's a big bacchanal because I rip up the document and that is a court document and that is illegal to do. And I remember when I reached in the court, the magistrate told me that I am under arrest. I say, your worship, at the end of the day, the summons man, who is that person? She tell me that man is the summons man. I say, your worship, I don't really hang out down by the court. You know? So I don't know he's the summons man. And if that is the summons man, that man come in a basketball vest and a short pants. You know? He come like we partners. I thought it's something he invited me to. She say, wait. And I kid you not, people. The magistrate, when I was walking in, she don't tell me I'm going up the road. And when she hears, she say, wait, that is the order in which the summons man. I say, well, it's after that I find out that the summons man. I didn't know that was the summons man. And that is what saved me. Other than that, I would have go to prison for damaging government documents. Marvin Gonzalez stood up on a political platform addressing, again, African people and pull out a legal court document, and burn that before the eyes of the citizen. Asking the commissioner of police, asking the regular police, anybody who have any form of authority. Because it's fear that the citizens understand how this thing does go. So is it okay if any citizen receive a summons from a summons man that they could burn the document and don't go to court and come on social media and pull a rant? Or is it against the law to burn court documents? and still be disrespectful? Or is it that if you are a PNM and you have your Balize card, if a summons come from any court for you, you could burn the summons? We have to understand what it is we are teaching our citizens. This question has never been answered. I understand that my government hands is full. But Mr. Govera, it's a long time I ain't call you. I asking, as a young African man in Trinidad and Tobago, and knowing that a lot of young people, African, East Indian, Syrian looking, Chinese looking, a lot of young people is looking on. And that was a public display that took place under a former minister, sitting under a former government. So is it that the law make adjustments for political representatives? I think that is something that the citizens need to know. I'll give my minister the floor.
With Paula May Weeks and cause her to breach section 123(4) of the Constitution to thwart her meritless and select your own commissioner of police. So no UNC control, no police. This is a police matter. Furthermore, the PNM would like you to believe that it have something to do with campaign finance reform, and you could donate money if you feel to donate, and you don't have to, it has nothing to do that. This is the investigation of a specific crime by the police. The crime is that of corruption and bribery. Holding a term, a fine of 500,000 and 10 years in prison. Furthermore, it is not enough to say people donate money secret and they get some brick and they get some. No! There is an actual investigation and information here that came from within the PNM showing that the contractor that won the PNM bid to construct, not only did he reduce his low price, which did not include the PNM asked for bids without concrete, steel, and steel fabrication. I don't know how that happened. For a construction project. And Wood Green Construction won the bid and then miraculously said, listen, even though I'm the lowest bid, I minusing 9 million. Then concurrently and simultaneously with a timeline, this same company and its affiliates got contracts from the PNM at HDC especially. And one of those contracts which is in here, there are questions about the procurement that went on because another company, Rainbow Construction, bid 33 million less than the PNM winning contractor. Yet they did an extra process. They gave extra points to Wood Green. So it shows favoritism, preferential treatment from the government of Trinidad and Tobago to a specific company that had been given a contract to build the same corrupt edifice called Balize House. So it is not just no jokey thing like, hey boy, Johnny gave me money and we don't have to tell you that because they don't have campaign finance reform. The police have linked the contractor who won the PNM Balize House bid to corrupt contracts at the HDC to the value of $192 million.
That is where I wanted my minister to get to. That is what it is I wanted my minister to get to. You listen to the conversation where the minister is explaining, and for some strange reason, HDC, and it's only millions upon millions upon millions, hundreds of millions wasted under the last administration. And let me be real. Based on the conversation, it's kickback and friends because you know how to use your head. A man coming in as Prime Minister explaining to you that his organization is $4 million in the hole. Bless good afternoon, Delfish. Stefan, I seen you in the building. David, pick up yourself. His organization is $4 million in the hole. Their conversation today is that our government is corrupt. The government a business. When I heard this information here, me lying to tell you, when I heard this information, I just say, wow. And then listen with Brother Arnell explaining to you. It's 38 million, by 50 million, by this million, by that million. All these millions People me in line to tell all you know. And these people left brothers and sisters in shambles. They took our resources, overcharge. When I say overcharge the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Overcharge us for houses because their friends was going to build it. While Brother Philip is out and about bringing you the relevant information, their conversation is to tell you that the government wicked and bad because Minister Philip is bringing you the relevant data. Minister Philip is explaining to you that, listen, what has been done to the people of this country, it is wicked, it is vindictive, it should have never happened. And they are telling you that this government ain't making sense. Their conversation to you is that nobody ain't working, and nobody ain't business about nobody, and nobody ain't care about nobody, and nobody ain't think a way to listen to this piece of conversation.
Philip Alexander told members of the media during a site visit today that units valued at a maximum market price of $600,000 were built under the previous administration at costs reaching up to $1.5 million per unit, leaving taxpayers to shoulder hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses per home.
So when you go to build as a developer, and HTC is ultimately a developer, when you go to build as a developer, you build to the market. Because if you don't build to the market, you will end up going out of business.
Alexander said the completed apartments at Ridgeview Heights could not command more than $600,000, even with the best finishes. He claims that under the former administration, the HDC entered into an agreement to construct the units at a cost of $1.2 million each.
That is a 100% increase on the value of what could be sold here. They further went on to accept an $80 million cost overrun to deliver these, moving the units up to delivery, the average cost per habitable townhouse to almost $1.5 million. That's nearly 3 times the price.
Alexander said the HDC board is now exploring legal options to determine whether some of the money can be recovered. He also highlighted losses associated with partially completed units at the development. He said the HDC spent $165,992,000 for partially completed units. He claimed an agreement was made between the contractor and the HDC to pay them up to that point and cancel the project. He blamed the previous administration for the project being stalled and said the current government had spent the past year attempting to salvage what it could.
These houses are now built on the surface of the land. There's nothing locking them into the earth. They could blow away. We have no idea how many of them are like that. We don't know how many of these buildings. They are retrofitting right now. They are retrofitting infrastructure. This project was done, and a lot of these buildings have no infrastructure. No plumbing, no electrical, no sewage, no drainage.
He said the government has had to explain why the housing units have not yet been handed over to applicants. Sherlyn Ramsubag, TV6 News.
I say a blessed good afternoon to TV6. Thank you very much for that recording. And I send an out love to my Minister Philip Edward Alexander and his team and the team at HDC while we try to rectify all these shortcomings. But people of Trinidad and Tobago, you see all this racial rant and all this foolishness and how they utilize their energy on African emancipation holiday to disrespect this government and disrespect our Minister of Culture. It's because of these activities that they practice in the background. And they sit back now and they're trying to explain to you nothing is going on in the country. Nothing is going on. All what they didn't do, they want this government to do it in a year and some months. All the shortcomings, all the neglect, all the batter and bruise, all the wickedness and the vindictive activities that was practiced. I saw somebody put up there just now. I'm going to go in the comment section. While the people suffering in this country, they enrich themselves. Yes. I see this comment here. So it's okay for them to enrich themselves while taking us back to the Stone Age. And this is how the people of Trinidad and Tobago was feeling. This is exactly how the people was feeling in this country. It's like we're going back to the Stone Age. And when you listen to the conversation as an African, they tell you that your problem is the Indian. And when the Indian listen to the problem, they tell them that them problem is the African. And all the damn dotishness were taking place. The East Indian getting old, the African getting old, the Syrian getting old, the Spanish getting old, the Chinese getting old, everybody getting old in the country. People trying to get themselves in an order, want to make investment. When you look left, you look right, the place unsafe. The government trying to put things in place to actually remedy the problem. And it's a problem to them. I tell you, anybody who is against these police posts in this country, ladies and gentlemen, they are a part of the problem. They are a part of the problem. Because at the end of the day, we could sit back where we at in this country, I don't in point. So that the police post we have to go out and tongue. Yeah, me bong to business, I could sit down and come up with an argument and say, them may need that, them do bong for that, or I could be a patriot and listen to what brothers and sisters are saying in their spaces. They utilize the ground. They utilize every single thing that is taking place. Mind me, brothers and sisters, the phone line is open. WhatsApp call only, 3936011. Bless good afternoon. So far, we inside our hour and something. So you could call in and give your sentiments based on what it is you are hearing. And I'm sending out a bless good afternoon to you on YouTube. Bless good afternoon to our brothers and sisters on Facebook as we navigate forward. People, I just want to play this way. Because they're telling you that the police posts and this government wicked and bad. And 1 minute they're telling you that the government putting down police posts on gas line. Like all the location with the pick. All the location are gas line. Then the next argument they're telling you that it have a gas line here and the government need. And when they don't know that, they pull back that and tell you now what they really vex for is how they didn't consult with us before they come and consult with you for what? To discuss what with you? You have been in power for the longest. You have the power of the pen. This government had to win election to try to bring remedial things to curb crime in your area and you yourself fighting against it. But consult. You have not been working for the longest. So then why would we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that have our government working for us, will encourage them to align with you who not working? The maths make no sense. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the sentiments of the brothers and sisters who are actually thankful for the post.
And I feel very comfortable with the police post being an Eddie Hart drunks here because I think it's a good initiative to protect the community and other communities.
To the trolls, yes, this gentleman is an East Indian and he might just see other East Indian too, but I want to encourage you to stick around because you need to understand that Trinidad and Tobago is a unified nation. And no matter where you go, you will see African and East Indian. So while you might think that when your government representing and they claim, say, they only representing Africans, no, they are not representing Africans. Okay? They're not representing East, well, they don't say nothing for East Indian people. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, there we go.
Throughout the country. So
I am just saying simply to Chairman Austin, stop the noise. Let's get this project done. This helps people. This fights crime. Why are we so against these things that are positive and beneficial to the entire community of Tuloponas?
Well, I believe that this is a very, very good idea. That they're bringing a police force here at Eddie Grounds because it will have a lot of people more safe for them like to exercising, taking the walks, selling. So I think it's a very, very good thing.
Several residents, businesses from the region would have reached out to commend and endorse this initiative, and I know it would really augur well to keep and quell the crime situation in this community.
For the longest while we wanted it to be done, but the UNC gave it approval, so we're glad for it. As a police post, join with the army. I find it a good idea.
So I, Kamala Pagu, councillor for the electoral district of Kelly Village, Warrenville, do endorse this initiative.
But the cost of the police post is going up to prevent crime in Ediat, Savannah and surrounding area.
It's good for the safety and not just for me but the business people and them also, because I remember the smoothie guy there. I used to buy smoothies every evening and now since he get robbed, he's not there no more. You know, so I know the police post is a very, very good idea.
It's a very good idea. Here we'll see protection for sure. The system trying to be going to train with the party player every day. We show our police force here to help out any position that need to be helped out in. So this is a very, very, very good idea of taking business back today.
I am in support of this police mobile. This one definitely need a mobile.
This is one of the greatest things that could have happened to Tunapuna. Because it will bring more safety and protection to the people of Puna, especially the ones that are used here for their little training and their little conditioning with their walk and with their run and whatnot. It's a great idea and I support it.
They did the best because Eddie had no family, he passed away. And it's a very good, I went to that school right here. Takarika is very good and it's a very good program and a very good thing to do for the community.
If a police force come here, it will be very good. That is a good idea that the minister chose.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, I continue to thank the government of Trinidad and Tobago. I thank Minister Alexander and Minister Sturge. I thank my Honorable Prime Minister and every minister that's standing with this initiative. I want to thank you, the citizens. Those of you who understand that, listen, we can't continue to just how it hang its swing. I see somebody put up, welcome back. Yes, man, yes, man. Welcome back, Mr. Irvin. Nice to see you again. Thank you very much, Canada in the building. Big up yourself, big up yourself. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so when you're listening, what is going on now, mind me, April 28, 2025, again, we had a responsibility, we had an opportunity. We could have continued with this conversation, talking about a race gas, this, a race gas, that, keeping our fingers crossed. And the argument is that the reason why you don't have nothing is because of a man in penal, and because you don't have nothing is because of your Indian neighbor. All the people who in the middle of the struggle with you, all the people when you don't have water, them don't have water too. All the people who when they open the business, them are not affected by the crime situation. Dealing with the same things you're dealing with. And because of political affiliation, because of those who and you know what's sad and dangerous about this? People who represented in corporations kicking against this. People who actually elected, and some of them in cases selected to represent, to bring betterment for communities, and they hold the power right now. Even down in Point 14 here, I see them speaking about police posts, like them comfortable with the position that the Coast Guard and the Army and the police wasn't in Cedros. They're comfortable that we had Coast Guard set up with pirogues. While men coming in with hundreds of millions of dollars in drugs, their line of defense to guard our borders was a pirogue. When the minister went down there to actually see what's going on, zero lights. Mr. Tilok Singh has been speaking about it for years, and we watch me. People saying, nah, it can't be so bad. Yes, it was that bad. Not only the citizens' life was at risk, even our officers, our very own men and women who swore oath to stand for Trinidad and Tobago, we took them and we put them in the dark. Ever so often, we love to speak about the officers that you hear get caught up in folly. But we never speak about the officers that come out and give you the very best and represent the citizens. Because I don't know about you. It have people that talk about all the police bad and all the army bad and all the Coast Guard bad and none of them are good and all them kind of dotishness. You see me? That is the type of conversation that you would not be seen peddling here. We don't endorse that kind of conversation. Yes, based on the information from those who had the power to take charge before. They said it have rogue elements. So I would be irresponsible to not at least look at it that it have rogue elements. But I would be damned to sit back and say all the police officers in Trinidad and Tobago in good. I would be damned to sit back and say all the Coast Guard and them in good. I would be, blessed afternoon, I would be damned to sit back and say all the army, all our soldiers, they in good. That is a type of conversation that you wouldn't get here. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the police post, sorry, it is to help curb crime in Trinidad and Tobago. And while some of them kick against it, while some of them pull argument against it because they don't want you as a citizen to feel safe, although you give them the opportunity to man the post, you give them the opportunity to come up with mechanisms. You voted for them, you give them the power and the authority. And watch me, when you look at it, HDC, they failed you. policing, they failed you. Bringing irrelevant support for our police and our army, they failed you. WASA, they failed you. Tech, Jesus Christ, they themselves try their best. Or correct me if I'm wrong, you know, talking about they would never forget. We would never forget that you all run up a debt at Tech and try to stick the citizens with the bill. When you did not pay your arrears, the citizens of this country, we didn't have the opportunity. None of us had our PNM Balize card where we could be living in our house and not paying our light bill. We had to find the resources, whether African or East Indian. Today now you sitting back talking about you would never forget. How many people get caught? How many people had to go through the shortcomings and zigzag through the grocery because we know the importance of our electricity. And yet still you did not pay your bills, Marvin Gonzalez. Disrespectful gentleman. You did not pay the bills and you sat down with Rowley. You listen now, Stuart Young pulling out himself. Stuart Young saying he had no part with all you. Me and all you. Me and all you. First things first. No. Can't see this. Can't see this. I'm looking for a particular video here. Hold on, people. Give me a little 2 seconds here. I'm looking for a particular video here concerning the police post. And again, I want to thank each and every one of the brothers and sisters that understand the importance and actually support the initiative. I thank my government for continuing to bring the relevant structure because people, I tell all you, those of you who just sit back and say the government is doing nothing and the next madman in Point 14 who talking about, oh, where Kiza and Kiza this and Kiza that. While my minister out and about in the public domain, helping, supporting, making sure, and even doing the borough work and all. Fussy working. He doing his ministerial work, he doing his MP work, and I could comfortably tell you, the member of parliament for Point 14 is the best local representation that Point 14 has received in years. In years. The borough don't give no redress. The borough don't fix no drain. The borough don't care about all of that. The borough responsibility is to explain to you, it ain't have no money. You understand? This is not it. Bless good afternoon, caller. Bless good afternoon, caller. Bless good afternoon. Bless good afternoon, Granny. How you doing? How you doing?
Oh God, I pray to God every day to hear this voice.
Oh God, Granny, nice to hear you. And Granny, you know, he's the first person calling. And I think you're the last person calling in the last program too, you know.
You have my number. And you always say you're going to come.
Yeah.
And you're calling me up tonight.
Oh God. I ain't reach up to
now.
now.
I want to send a message to the people in this country.
Talk to me.
I want them to know that this government is working to clean up the mess.
Yes.
PNM leave. Let me tell you, the place looking brighter.
Yes.
Right? And let me tell you, they will take time to get things done.
Yes.
All the PNM people, I see, when the torture and the dead on the bed in a remand, they got shot in Blanchard.
Yeah.
Because I said rape and kidnapping and throwing children.
Yeah.
Penny so God, a penny at the penny in my Prime Minister constituency. And they dress in yellow. And they marching for crime.
Yes.
When it was in she constituency, where was she? Where was she? She said, God, help me.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, help me find the bandits and Blanchard.
Yes.
She has said one word and put her on dead. When 6 bodies dead, 10 bodies dead, so much bodies all about it.
Yes.
All the PNM constituency, they were pennies.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you something tonight. In all the meetings they're saying, they're going in front of all the minister's house. Tanku, Prime Minister, and how they Padara, they're going in front of the house. The workers' right man.
both ministers.
What are you saying? That the plan now?
They say they're going in front of the minister's house and protest, and the ministers have to leave. And UNC have to leave office. Well, I want to send a message for them. I want to send a message for them. Workers' rights and Victor and all Kessel, all of them. Granny is here.
Thank you.
And nobody can make them leave office. I'm a UNC. And Irvin, you will take the number there.
Yes.
And you will call me. I am a UNC.
Yes, man.
I love you, man, Irvin.
Lovely. Thank you. And Granny, we love you too. We love you too.
Yeah, and we Prime Minister cleaning the country.
Yes.
Cleaning.
She is.
And let me tell you something. ENM know what they do. That Barrier had so much house invasion. They know what they do.
They know.
You know?
Yes.
Take my number where I call the man and call me.
I have it, I go call you. Granny,
oh God, agreement to hear your voice, man. Oh, madam.
We are back. She all right, She taking a little rest day. Them children and
We are
them
going to get you. We are going to get him and I get him in no station.
Now you get me. We just back here now, we running. So as the time go along, you will find out the different places you will see me at. Right?
You're looking good.
Thank you much, Granny, and your song is good, your song is strong and nice.
I feel that I stop talking to you. I'm gone.
All right, Granny. Love you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our very own Granny. And Granny, we thank you very much. Granny, open up the phone line again. We continue to send love to each and every one of our supporters. I don't know if anybody linked Mr. Freeport. People, the phone line is open, 393-6011. Feel free, you could WhatsApp call. Let me discuss something. Now, mind me, hold on, Granny, touch on something there that is very, very important. They say they're going in front at the minister's house. They're going in front of the minister's house. Bless good afternoon, Mr. Freeport. How you do?
Good afternoon, good night to you and all the supporters.
Yes, man. Blessed night. Talk to we, man. Well, the City Real Talk program is back in full effect this Saturday and every Saturday, 6 o'clock.
Well, yeah, what's going on. You will hear me more regular now.
Talk to me.
Right? Because now the people want procurement legislation. When they was in power, was non-disclosure. Okay?
Yes.
And all of them forget that. All of them forget that. And these people and them who talking about the NDC line, I want to tell these people, if all you don't know about something, don't talk about it now.
Please.
NGC have a device that when they put it on the line, they could tell you about Kumoto or Sandy Grande or Snake Valley.
Yes.
At certain points,
yes,
they got the area excavated, you would see the line rusty and sandblasted, painted, and covered back.
This is how it go.
So, and all the noise they're making noise. Now, when the tractor, the Raptor, the big line, the biggest line that come in from Guayato, Point itself.
Yes.
I didn't hear all this noise.
They didn't concern about that.
There was a coconut tree near the line about 40 feet, and that gas, the pressure on that gas, had the coconut tree bobbing and weaving. And the next day, the supervisor for the contractor went with a camera how the line running. And you didn't see, you see that yellow sign that you say showing there?
Yes.
That sign wasn't showing. So it was on the PNM.
Yes.
To make sure that NGC have those signs up as marker.
Yes.
And the people who was talking about red line and red this and red that, NGC never put up red as a marker,
no.
as a caution marker. They put up a yellow sign.
A yellow sign. Telling
Right?
you the high pressure gas line is a gas line under the ground. They show you the indication.
Right. And we're talking about how I know you could have, they're sending you all parts of the country from Guaya to Point Pisas.
Yes.
I used to work on them lines.
Right.
Right?
Yes, man.
And
So
they used to
you're
send you,
speaking from experience.
they're telling you go there at certain points, certain degrees,
Yeah.
and open the line.
Right.
Open up the line, and when you get the line, you have to stand, you must sandblast it because the line deteriorates, it was thick. Right?
Yeah.
So, people talking, and they have no experience. And to the end of the day, NGC, they condemn that line.
Yeah.
Right? They condemn a line. And people who don't know, even the guy from the Tanapuna Corporation, one big guns PNM. That's how they is.
Doctor.
But in fact, all them PNM Dunstan, all.
Yeah,
right?
They just portray our vibes that it's not really making sense, and the type of conversation that they actually endorsing, it is troubling to the average citizen.
And the next thing is, all them PNM contract that they're giving out, they just have to have about 4, 5, 6 contractors.
Yes.
Because between, and I would tell you what happened to my contractor I used to work with, right? Between the Macaulay flyover on the Solomon Hotel Highway and the Petrotrin flyover, there was a landslip on the southbound lane.
Yes.
They gave the plyboard man with the U.S. in it a contract to fix a landslip, and he don't have no equipment. The first person he came to was my boss.
Right.
And we start the job. And about a week come, somebody from the ministry come and say the crane that we is using is too heavy. And they bring a crane twice the size.
The crane only using too heavy, and they bring a crane twice the size.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And the plyboard man did not pay my boss over $200,000. And he employed, and I would call name of the contractor, I wouldn't say, he employed Lakshmi Singh. There's a contractor from Princess Town who didn't know nothing about piling.
Right.
And in a little while, the had was to bring a good piler.
Okay.
That was Junior Sammy. Junior Sammy come and finish the job.
So hold on. Basically, what you're telling me, the tender the work. One of the contractor people win the work, didn't have the equipment, didn't have the know-how, and then they had to go and look for people to do the work. That's basically what you're explaining to me.
Yes, they give Ricky Ragunan and I would call him. That was the 10th man. He get a job to do a landslip. And I don't know now if he still up to now if he get equipment. And he hire my boss. And when somebody come, apparently they did looking for a kickback and they didn't get it. They had was to fire my boss. Bring in Lakshmi Singh.
Yeah.
There's a contractor from Princeton, Matilda Junction.
Yes.
They did some work. And they had was to get rid of he and bring in Junior Sammy to finish it. And these are the things that be going on with the PNM. And everybody does want cut. Everybody does want cut. They just want kickback. And this is what happened in this under the PNM.
Well, let me ask you a question now. Based on that piece of information that you have there, right? And when Granny now tell me that them PNM representatives say they're going in front of the UNC representatives at them house and ask them to leave or demand that they leave office. Where's your take on that?
Yeah, what's going on? I want those people, all who want to go in front of the UNC ministers and them and leave office, I want them to go and ask Penny and Marvin Gonzalez and Karim Marcel and the whole set of them for them to leave office. because they don't know what's going on in this country.
It ain't nothing that they don't know what's going on in this country. You know, the factual data shows that they don't know how they won their election. If it is, you listen carefully and you go back and you remember Freeport, that is the former prime minister and the former prime minister that announced who won the election. Elections and boundaries never announced that Kareem win the seat. Go ahead.
Here what going on? Here what going on, man? Let me cut the talk short. They never win election. They thief it.
The thief election. This is what they did.
Election.
Based on that behavior that took place the 28th of April, obviously we must question the 2 elections before that. We must. They stole the election.
This is why I did say Miss Kamala Prasad Bisasa should fire this Nancy Scope or Nasty Scope or what she named.
Who is this boy?
That is the person who in charge ABC.
No, well, what's me? Freeport, something will have to be done, you know. Especially here in Point Fortin, something will have to be done, you know. Because at the end of the day, we're looking to navigate, despite what our next local election. It must call sometime the Prime Minister. It's her responsibility. So we're demanding nothing. But something that we know for a fact, especially in particular areas, when it comes to the PNM election day machinery, they are dangerous. And here in Point Fortin, after personally being in 2 local elections with them, knowing personally the people and them I speak to and the figures, it just did not. And my boy, and my boy and his whole family down in Fanny Village, and the next one down in Hollywood. And when you watch the polling station, his families and friends. No, something will have to be done going forward when it comes to elections and moments.
And I want to tell Mr. Anthony Williams, the only visible MP you ever see in Point for how much a year
Talk to him now, man.
Is the present MP now.
Talk to him now, man.
Always doing something. So, Mr. Anthony Williams, if you're watching or listening this program, you see all the nastiness you're saying about Mr. Ernesto, please go and bow to his foot and tell him your story.
It's time.
Because all my life, I never see a visible MP in Point Fortin like this present one all you have.
Listen.
Every day he doing something.
Freeport, listen, what was the conversation in Point Fortin? When was Miss Paula go to school, they told Point Fortin people that Miss Paula is the Minister of Foreign Affairs, so we couldn't expect nothing. From Miss Paula, we end up with Minister Dillon. Dillon was dealing with housing, Dillon ended up in security. They said these people are ministers, so they are busy, so we cannot get nothing. From that, we went to Kennedy Richard Jr., the gentleman who was there before our current member of parliament. He did not hold no post, and yet still the people of Point Fortin was poorly represented. And God alone know, they say he is a pilot. So the reason why the people of Point Fortin was poorly represented is because we had a pilot. Today, we actually have somebody who actually is a community leader, had played a major part when it comes to the OWTU, was a direct employee in the oil and gas industry. And guess where this government put the gentleman? In the oil and gas ministry. And if it's one thing I love with him, Freeport, just speaking with him earlier on, if it's one thing I love with him, he doesn't forget where he come from. He said, Irvin, before I became a minister, I was an MP. And before I became an MP, I was just a regular man in the community. So I have to handle each and every structure of my life as focused as possible. When Minister Munilal call on me, when Miss Cam, this is just how we just talk. When Miss Kamala and them call on me, when it comes to representing as a minister in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industry, he plays his role comfortably. And when the people of Point Fortin, although he know that the Borough Corporation is the most I believe we have the most disrespectful corporation out of all the corporations. It's the worst set of representatives that we have, and they're continuing to speak loud. These people and them have social media pages showing you how they're poorly represented. Today, My member of parliament. Thank God he remember that he's an MP before a minister. Dylan didn't do it. Miss Paula didn't do it. And Kennedy, who didn't hold no post, he didn't do it. Today, I'm a member of parliament representing central government. And Freeport has said it earlier on. He's the best local representative that Point Fortin has ever received in years. Freeport,
But I seen that, boy. I seen that. I'm not here today. I out here long time. And the man visible all over. But what happened? The PNM put in the troll to disrupt everything. The PNM don't want nothing good for their people.
PNM never
And that is the whole problem.
PNM don't want nothing good for Trinidad and Tobago. Their people, they don't even look at their people as people. Freeport, you go ahead and wrap it up. I have a video I want to run here. So you go ahead and bring your greetings.
All right, well, I'll come back in next week Saturday.
All right then, no problem.
So you have a blessed day. The only thing why these clown that you wear a little better now.
Oh gosh. Oh God, we pray God, we pray God cover you and bless you, Papa.
Yeah. So you take care and have a blessed. And tell the family I say hello.
Will do, brother.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, man. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Irvin. Again, the phone line is open, but I want to bring you something. I want to bring you a video. Because something that Granny said, I want to go back to Granny conversation, where Granny said that they say that they're going and march in front of the MPs and them office, and they're going to have all sort of protests and all kind of thing. My conversation is just to remind you. To remind you where we was, and remind you today where we at. Let me take this phone call before we go. We're going to take this phone call before I show you this video. Bless, good afternoon.
Right. This is Granny here.
Granny, how you do? Talk to us.
Right. Pull up workers' right. This week or last week, you're going to get it. And Kezel, workers' rights show, Kezel show. And the meeting and them that the PNM had, they said they don't pay Kamla. And they said they go in and they going in front of the minister's house and protest. And they have to leave office when they have to go. They was not on a meeting in the road saying so. Like how you there.
Yeah.
They say it.
All right.
So let's say,
all right. So then I had to bring some evidence to show the people then.
Granny don't have to praise nobody, and Granny don't have to talk, and they can't do nobody not telling you what to say.
All right, no problem.
Right, I don't have to praise. I'm a UNC.
And it's that is what we represent, and we continue to stand with our government. Thank you very much again, Granny. Now mind me, if that is the angle that group want to go, because we ain't giving nobody no free pips. If that is the angle that they want to go, that is no problem. My responsibility is to clarify it. Each and every part of Trinidad and Tobago have its very own shortcomings. Now, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you know I played a part when it comes to the government running for election. I was a part of the whole media structure. Matter of fact, we did the poll on the 91.1 show, and the UNC won it every day, and the TPP, won it in Tobago every day. And the election results show that the poll was correct. The people of Trinidad and Tobago was supporting over in Tobago. They continue to support the TPP. And in Trinidad and Tobago, the people continue to support the UNC and the coalition of interests. All right. We have a group of folks who, some of them are politically aligned with political organizations that obviously are drastically dormant. Now, you could do the normal thing that 648 has already done. So probably I supposed to have a political party too. Get things and give out to people and come and make public display. And the same people you give the things out to, in a lot of cases, you sit down and bad talk them, laugh at them, and cut this kind of flick in the public domain. Normal, because the historical data is there. And then it takes me now, the poor man. They expect me, the poor man in the community, to walk behind you. And your conversation is, where we going? We're going by the Prime Minister and them office. We're going by the Minister Energy office. We're going by the Minister of Culture office. We're going by the Agriculture Minister office. This is the place that all you're heading. No, man. Our responsibility is to hold on to the information that we have and listen to the information that we factually have. This government understood what took place over the period of time while sitting in opposition. This government understands that the money-making factor of this country heavily lies, especially when it comes to the U.S. currency, it heavily lies on our oil and gas industry. Yes, that creates the most U.S. revenue in Trinidad and Tobago. This brings some sort of normalcy when it comes to business in this country. The small businessman want to open up a business, because those of you who are not paying attention and those of us who are paying attention, the facts continue to be facts. Let us just look at our day-to-day food structure. Our day-to-day food structure continue to be this factual information. 80% of the food that we consume on a daily basis is being purchased outside of Trinidad and Tobago. The PNM know this. Guess who know it too? The UNC know this. You know what the UNC make up the mind to do? No, we can't continue like this. Hence the reason now, you see Ravi Ratiram and his team is out there. And when you look at the agricultural delivery, now mind me, not just Ravi Ratiram alone, because when you look at the ministers and them, they are in their electoral district giving out seed grants and giving out the relevant support, because people have been showing interest over the years that they want to be farmers. They find the government should invest in farming. And me, as a citizen that have the data, knowing that 80% of the food that is consumed on a daily, monthly, and a yearly basis is purchased outside of Trinidad and Tobago, any government, whether it's being led by an East Indian person, an African person, any government that push the initiative to make investment in our agriculture structure, I will continue to stand by that government. Hence the reason why I continue to stand with the UNC government, stand with Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Now mind me, this government, you say you're heading by the minister's office, probably you're heading up by Mr. Munilal's office, because remember Mr. Munilal is a minister of energy. And from there, you just might bounce your head, work as wrong, and say that you're coming down to Point 14 because you had to visit Mr. Ernesto Raymond Kiza's office, and your conversation is that you want them out of office. Me as a citizen, to break it down to you again, I sat back and watched our government shut down our refinery, disrupt our oil and gas industry with no excuses. When you look at the people that showed you that they profit from that, they were on social media whining bareback, cursing an opposition leader who was not in power, laughing and laughing and laughing. And when you ask the question, why did Petrotrin close? What was the allegation that came up that we muzzled that and closed Petrotrin? Who were the persons selling oil once, twice, and 3 times? Matter of fact, whose name was connected to those persons? The Prime Minister at the time said no. The Rowley who always seen there, that is his family. So his family have a historical legacy. Ever so often, the boys in the family, all of them named Keith Rowley. So the Rowley who tie in with this oil sell-over deal is the wrong Rowley. That is the information they fed us. Let me explain to you where I'm at now as a citizen. After this government came in, April 28, 2025, they inherited a closed oil refinery. They inherited an oil and gas industry in limbo. They inherited deals that wasn't cut, meeting that was never closed off. But yet still, when you look at the flight, the to and from, I am 100% sure, Stuart Young flyer miles, full 100. I am 100% sure, Rowley flyer miles, right up to the top. We are 100% sure that these bunch of jokers that represented the people of this country disrupted our oil and gas industry, where it reached so far that the Car Dealers Association was on social media and news begging for US. They did it so disrespectful that the Grocery Association, those who have the responsibility to keep foods on the shelf, bad enough we importing 80% of it. They was in the public domain begging for US. And the only place that have revenue on a month-by-month basis, that government decided to close it. while heading up the road to the 28th of April, this government, with the endorsement of the OWTU, made a commitment to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And they say they understand what is taking place, the fact that we don't have our refinery. They understand what is taking place, despite the fact that this deal down in Venezuela was used as a political football, and they never closed it off. When you send them down Venezuela with the pen, the Congo lining, they're drinking whiskey and all kind of nice drinks, cork shrimps, while the neighbor next door in Venezuela, right outside the building, before they walk in, the people hungry down in Venezuela. And they're going down there and living normal, and they're comfortable with that environment. Not closing off the deal today, they're telling you now. Everything was negotiated under the PNM. The last time I heard that was in Point 14. Way back, my grandmother tell me since back in 1982, they negotiated to build Point 14 Hospital. Prime Minister after Prime Minister. Since 1982, they negotiated, planned, and take out money from budgets for Point 14 Hospital. It took Miss Kamala Prasad, Mrs. government, to be in office and say, nah, they damn stupidness, man. We are win point. They didn't win point that time, man. We are win point. But we have enough sense to know that the people of Point 14 deserve their own hospital. We have enough sense to know that they are competent, stable-minded people in Point 14. We are win. We are win. But Point 14 need a hospital. They happened to fence it, and then they came out of office. They lost election. And with the commitment of coming back in office, this honorable Prime Minister gave the people the assurance of this country. Hey, you see that refinery? We're going back behind it. Hey, you see our oil and gas industry? We make the relevant investment, and we will look for investors, and we will uplift and enhance, and we will work our citizens. We will build back our oil and gas industry. Workers wrong, and them say they're going by the ministers. Workers wrong. Before you head up by the minister, I want to bring a video to you. This is a commitment from the government of Trinidad and Tobago. A guarantee, a assurance, a work that was going to be done on behalf of the people. It is my responsibility to show you that this government is sitting down and just waiting and spoon feeding a dragon. This government is sitting down, although the deal done cut. And mind me, we looking good as a nation because we have the Atlantic LNG and Venezuela had the gas. Exxon and them cutting the flick. We go make we money processing here. Venezuela go make their money. Exxon and America make their money, and everybody make their money. The money that we make come back to our society. This is the kind of negotiation that we wanted our government to make. Now mind me, while all of that going on, Trinidad and Tobago on the whole has its own structure. Those of you who are aware, once you know you're sitting in Point Labris, just Irvin, Buenos Aires, Caracas, you're sitting on the oil belt. Not like the last government. Excuse. Not like the last government who fired all the employees, hired new ones, and brought back some. And those who went back, those of you who went back, I want to thank you for your service. Because that mad move, if you all wasn't down there, it would have a whole lot of dead people. Rig 110 wouldn't that be the only publicly announced fatality down there. So those of you who went back, thank you very much. But I am saying the time is now. Let me take this call before I run this video. Blessed good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, that's
hey,
a Granny.
Granny, what's going on?
Let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
When we had PNM, I all them PNM journalists and things talking, and Venezuela this and that, and what else she say. Let me tell you something, man. Mm-hmm. Delphi's a cyber body, okay. If I go there and say Siam and ask Chief Dennis Rats go there, I give the discourse in English.
Yes.
And indeed, Dennis Mirage plays down Columbus Bay.
Yes.
If Dennis Mirage go to sea, we get in what we want.
Yes.
She's a Baba devotee. She visit India not too long.
Yes.
If I go, I have no refusal. We're rich, but my character, right?
Yes.
If Dennis go, you hear?
Yeah.
And them could say what that I only listening. I was only listening and I know that is good.
Yes.
But I don't make myself have to show no way. I only do with you.
Right.
I did together with you because we fighting for UNC.
Amen. Yes.
You know, but that is slow me good. I could go out tomorrow.
Lovely, 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 Granny.
Kamla, uncle, and then Mr. Coming Fish and sleep by we.
Right.
Before they go to Rio Claro. They like families, they high caste.
Yes.
They plant-based people, they like me, they don't eat meat.
Right.
I want to tell you this before I go. I is a strict vegetarian, plant-based, no fish, no egg, nothing. Let me tell you, one PLM was there. It was $20 a pound I had to pay for tomato. $18 a pound for bagan. If you see the price for pumpkin, don't talk for okra, $2 for one okra. Since UMC, there's $80,000 they put in agri. 80,000 people
Yes.
they employ beside who was there. And right now, it's $10 and $8 and $10 a pound for tomato.
Thank you.
Bagan cheap.
Thank
The
you.
pumpkin cheaper. So when them show want to talk, they can't talk where you.
They can't talk.
All right.
Thank you, Granny. Only this is what we want. And callers, this is what we're using the line for going forward. While we discuss, the reality is what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. It needs to continually be heard. When they say they're heading up by the minister, well, I want to show them this video here. Head up by the ministers and them and tell them all you do what this. Mad.
It's really a pleasure to have both ministers accompany us today on this site visit offshore.
Today is a very important day for us out in the Soldado fields and moving with the staff of Heritage, the chairman and the CEO and other executive officers, and of course our Minister Ernesto Kiza. And we are looking at some of the deteriorating infrastructure which we inherited. There's a big emphasis now on upgrading, on refurbishing. We are very conscious of our neighbors and protecting their marine environment as well. And looking at the real situation, the existing real life situation out here, and it has been quite a revelation to me.
As we move forward to arrest the decline and to fix some of the critical infrastructure issues, the Heritage team, they have had a full program of work.
We are taking our time and prioritizing all the issues and fixing them accordingly.
This is oil and gas. There's serious need for capital investment as we continue to repair, restore, and rejuvenate.
Send this for them. Send that video there for them when they get a chance. Blessed afternoon. Blessed afternoon. Mabie. Blessed afternoon, Yolanda. What's in there? Kisoon. Blessed good afternoon, Monica. See you in the building. Blessed day. Blessed day. Send this for them. This is progress. You see this here? This hurting them. TNT and Venezuela strike historic energy deals. This hurting them. They had 9 years and 8 months. They played games with Maduro. Today, Stuart Young is in the public domain trying to explain to you like he and Delzi sit down and cut some deal. The United States of America did what they had to do in the fight against drugs and narco-terrorism. The Prime Minister happened to be the Prime Minister at the right time. When CARICOM wanted to play games, when all of them become Venezuelan citizens, and this Prime Minister said, listen to me, despite all the old talk and the mama guy, I sit the closest. So I have a responsibility to make for my nation. I sit in an independent nation. So I will stand with the United States of America in the fight against drugs and narco-terrorism. They're talking to you today like the Prime Minister press a button and blow up a boat. They're talking to you today like the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, like she gears up the army and had soldiers out in the public domain. Like we did not know what this government inherited. I just explained to the people, down in Cedros, we had Coast Guards on pirogue. You know what that mean? A fella had to go to school, get your education, stay disciplined, practice no illegal activities, so that you do the right thing. You know the thing now, but you go to school and get your education so you could get a good work. And God put you in place and you get your good work. Use a soldier, use a Coast Guard, use a police officer. And when you look at the environment where you go to make your 24 and your 48 hours, it is not even conducive for vagrants. We leave the Coast Guard down in Cedros with no lights, pirogue with no roof. When rain fall, take that. Out in the blazing sun, take that. Today you want to head by the minister. Which one are the minister all heading by? Which one are the minister? Could that unit, that team, go and have conversation on whose behalf? Is it that only under the impression that nobody is paying attention in this country? When we campaign, we didn't campaign like others, you know. We campaign on oil and gas input. It are people campaign on business. It are people campaign on upliftment, adequate lighting, sidewalk, proper recreational facilities, different reasons. You know who had the responsibility to come up with the mechanisms to make these things possible? This government. The information that I am showing you, recent information, and as much as I show you that nice video day, I must send out some love to Theo Richards Contracting Services, sorry. In Point 14, cock and ready to go. So those of you who come Point 14 and do your business. I want to send out some love to Theo Richards, his wife, his children, the whole staff, each and every person who playing a part. And I want to send out some love to see that and SK Construction and Rico's and Harry B family and I mean the whole team, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, those who are not minding their business, Mr. Freeport call out Anthony Williams, they're not minding their business. They're not minding the business. So their responsibility now is just to walk the road and tell you nothing ain't going on and this and that and this and that and this and that. Mind me, I want to bring you a message from my very own member of parliament today. Cedros, nothing but love. Trinidad, Tobago, you know, 6-4 television and all the boy Irvin love all it. I'll taking this from a member of parliament.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to the beautiful constituency of Point 14. And to all of my brothers and sisters outside there, out in the USA and Canada and England, and of course, good morning to my Honorable Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, SC, MP. Ladies and gentlemen, I am down here at Galfa. You would know Galfa has been one of the areas that, as a result of the very tragic earthquake that took place in our neighboring country, Venezuela. The rippling effect is that the land on Galfa would have eroded, not eroded away, but it would have lifted the look like about 100 feet, if my estimate is correct, 100 meters, sorry, of land space. It was lifted almost 20 feet in the air. So I'm standing here now, and let me just flip the screen a little bit. I'm standing here now in Galfa, here with the community organization, the Love Community Network, you know, and Councillor T. Luxing and his entire team is here with me, and some of my team members from Dongsy Carcass, and we're here to support this beach since the event took place. A lot of persons who have visited, and that it left the area a little untidy. So thank you to all the members of the community, Dongsy Carcass, Galfa itself, all the nice neighbors who came out to do this cleanup here this morning.
Well, let's just be able to take go clean up a little bit. It's down in Cedros and the wind was a little high today.
It's only about love. We just have to make sure that the politics don't divide us and that we keep focused. I just want to thank everyone. Stay tuned, brothers and sisters. I have my school books and school supply drive. Please look out for the drop-off zones. If you have used school books, check out the MP Facebook page, and we put it up over the weekend here. So we have officially started from Monday coming here to start as much as people, as much as households we can support, to lend some assistance for school books and book supplies for our constituency. So please, I want to
oh God.
I know this is a short video, and you'll get accustomed to seeing me now and again, right? We have to deliver, and I want to again thank this community initiative on this beach cleanup here. Yes, thank everyone that took part, and again thank you to my beautiful constituency of Point Forte and this part of the constituency, Carcass, Cedros, Chatham, Bonas is part of Cedros, Fullerton, and so all the areas, Boss Book, all the different areas in this part of the constituency. Thank you for coming out this morning and lending your support. So if you look in the distance there, flipping, if you're watching the distance, the team members, they're almost finished with the base, mountain and mountains and garbage bags. So blessings to everyone, and as I thank you all again, thank you to everyone. May God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend. I know things mightn't be the best, but listen, we get in there. So keep showing. God bless you. Blessings.
Yes. So here is, again, I don't know if you hear exactly what it is the Member of Parliament was saying, but what it is he was doing was bringing some greetings to the brothers and sisters in Cedros, and something have to be done because based on the earthquake that took place in Venezuela the other day, and you know, Venezuela, we send condolences to the families that was affected. I mean, we want to send condolences to Indonesia too, and this next country that affected with earthquake. But down in Cedros, it was actually affected, and the city land raised about 20 feet in the air. And that is actually a problem, so they're trying to remedy the situation and bring back this place to some sort of normalcy, because you know the fishermen, they tend to use the coastline there. So again, the Member of Parliament continue to be out and about handling his affairs, and it's my responsibility to bring you a piece of information. Again, I don't know if it is here, the school book drive is on, brothers and sisters, and what it is he's saying, you can check up on his page too. You can check up on my page too. We have it. It's our reason, because at the end of the day, we have to impact and touch as much families as we could touch. Because the fact remains is that this Member of Parliament, he just said a regular Member of Parliament, is over 40 or 50 years of neglect and shortcomings that he inherited. And mind me, ladies and gentlemen, he is not breaks in. The government is standing by his side. If it wasn't that, I would have tell you otherwise. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago continue to endorse him. All the ministers and them, as far as I understand, as much as it is, continue to endorse him and continue to support Point Fortin. And I just want to ask Point Fortin, especially those of our brothers and sisters, those of you under the impression that the Member of Parliament hate you, that was old vibes. If that is the kind of feelings that you was getting, that old vibes. You at the time, find yourself down by the office, discuss with the staff. If you go down there and you find somebody talk to you rough, that is not who you vote for. You vote for the member of parliament. Make your appointment, explain your grievances, and then get to what is the reason why you come. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the only how the problems, your personal problems, could fix. The drain in the back of your house, the shortcomings in your community, inadequate lighting, the relevant information must reach by the relevant persons. Our member of parliament, yes, he's a minister, but he's not using that as an excuse to shortchange the people of Point Fortin, Cedros, Irvin, Buenos Aires, and the Carcass, Fullerton, wherever you at. He's not using that as an excuse. So mind me, I want to encourage Point Fortin. Find the time. Hit up on the page. Visit sometime. Don't just hold on to this syndrome where they're trying to sell you in Point Fortin here, that they care about you and all this kind of thing. But yet still, when it's time for your children to do sports, when it's time for your children to participate in things over the years, it's no support. This one never had no money. The MP had no money. The borough had no money. They had nothing to upgrade, no facility, nothing to do, nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, the tides have turned. You have the responsibility to shift with the tide. Listen to the conversation. Sisters, family, and friends. Once again, you know it's your boy Irvin. Again, you know it's 648 television. And mind me, you see the jersey. And again, champion for chase, ladies and gentlemen, out and about. Now, my responsibility is to remind you or update you, give you the relevant information that could actually help you. And the conversation is, brothers and sisters, Champion for Change is back again. Yes, this 2026 with the back to school book drive. So listen what this I want you to do. I want you to take all your old notebooks, all your old textbooks, or whatever the used textbooks on them, and please find yourself down by the MP's office and make the donation, make the exchange, brothers and sisters. At the end of the day, the thing is about saving $1. Now here the heights. So those of you who already get the books and just want to donate, mind me, you ain't have to fight up to go by the MP office because there's a couple of locations. Well, to our brothers and sisters down there in Cedros, please don't feel we forget you. We have the MP sub-office where you could pass and drop off your books. Matter of fact, make a relevant appointment to have a relevant conversation. In Point Fortin, we also have the MP office. Now mind me, we don't only have the MP office. We must give A&A Bookstore a big up too. So brothers and sisters, those of you who is out and about updating your children and needed to stop by A&A Bookstore in Point Fortin. While we at it, also had to send some love to Winston Supermarket. Winston Supermarket in Point Fortin, brothers and sisters, let it be real and reasonable. You're passing, you're dropping off your book, so everything it could be is a convenient to you. Nothing to stress you out, because again, it's about the children and it is our responsibility to meet you halfway. So if it is, you're living in Point Bigu, you're passing through Point Bigu, you could stop out by Winston Supermarket. There's a little corner there where you could drop off your used books. And again, you're stopping by Kalicharan Superstore. You know, we must continue to send love to the Kalicharan family. And mind me, we sending love to you, the brothers and sisters of Point Fortin. Because remember, the heights of this book drive is not for politics. You know, the height of this book drive is not for people to feel the bigger than or smaller than. You know. The height at this book drive and every donation that you make, it better the future of a child. And our responsibility is the betterment of our children. So again, people, I want to encourage you this year, play part with Champion for Change. Come out with your used textbooks. Brothers and sisters, when you're at the time you fall in by the MP office, if you're looking for a particular book and you can't find it. But I'm telling you, again, the locations is by the MP office in Point Fortin, that you could drop off the books. You could drop off your books at the MP sub-office. You could also drop your book at A&A bookstore in Point Fortin, Winston Supermarket, and come on, we sending out love to Kalicharan. Because we listen to the cry, we listen to the voices. Mind me, last year I myself, Champion for Change, helped me out. Remember I moving with twins, and right after the twins we have a boy. So every $1 that is saved is a $1 that them children and them could eat a little more. It's a $1 where you could buy an extra school shirt, a shoelace, or some kind of thing. So while we navigate forward as a people, let us do it positively. Let us do it respectfully, and let us do it like our future depends on it. Again, I sending out love to Champion for Change, sending out love to you, the brothers and sisters of Point Fortin, Cedros, Irvin, Buenos Aires, and the Carcass. Matter of fact, the whole environs. I sending out love to my member of parliament for Point 14, Minister Ernesto Raymond Pisa, that continue to stand with Champion for Change, that continue to stand with the Burgesses of Point 14, that continue to stay focused and diligent in every single thing that he's doing for the people. Brothers and sisters, again, it's Champion for Change, and watch me the book drive. It is on, and I've already gave you the locations, but again, let me give it one more time. To drop off your used textbooks, because we know we have people looking for books, looking for stationaries, and your responsibility is to keep your ears on the ground. Don't let nobody tell you nothing otherwise. Keep your ears on the ground so you will have the relevant information where you could get the support. But for the brothers and sisters who actually trying to get rid of the books, meaning want to donate it, you could stop off at our MP's office in Point 14. You could stop off at the MP sub-office down Cedros. You could also stop at A&A Bookstore in Point 14 and stopping at Winston Supermarket in Point Levo. And mind me, Kalicharan Superstore. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody is playing a part for the betterment of our children's future. I encourage you to do the same. Again, it's your boy Irvin, 6-4 Television, over and out. Love you. Love you. And we just want to continue to send out some love to our brothers and sisters in Champion for Change. We continue to send some love to the Member of Parliament for Point 14. We sending some love to Winston Supermarket, Kalicharan Superstore, A&A Bookstore. Brothers and sisters, we must send some love to the management and staff of the MP's office in Point 14, the sub-office in Cedros. Ladies and gentlemen, to every one of you, our brothers and sisters in the communities that are about to play a part in the book drive, who come in to get books, who come in to drop books off, well, let's stay focused and let's stay blessed. Before I leave here this afternoon, I want to bring you a piece of a video here coming from the team, from the YTEP team, because the conversation that they're trying to tell you that nothing going on in Point, and the MP and them are nothing in Point, and there's nothing in Point, but at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, now, hold on, let me not go there yet. Point 14 people, San Fernando people, Port of Spain people, whether you're in Princeton, you're in Claxton Bay, whether you're in Rio Claro, at the end of the day, Point 14 is a place that does be visited very, very frequently. And again, we have a responsibility to make sure and set the relevant environment. Our responsibility was to get a government that understands the value of Point 14, the value of Gonza, Labre, Tiche, Mahaika, the value of especially Clifton Hill. Again, I want to send out some love to the management and staff at the Neighborhood Grill, Clifton Hill Beach Resort, each and every person who does be vending on the strip, who does make sure and be there when people come to visit. I want to send out some love to you who does come down Point 14 on your excursion, because this thing is actually about convenience. So this piece of information I want to bring to you here is a piece of information coming from our Minister of Energy, Minister Munilal, because again, our ministers are living in our zones. Our ministers are from our communities, and our ministers, they represent us. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the relevant information, which is
the jigsaw for puzzle of a highway that you mentioned earlier. Part of the contention was fell into your constituency. Have you all started any consultation, or how do you all intend to deal with that going forward?
It's a matter of continuing the highway. As you know, the highway ended at Debe. Davis, about Gandhi Village there. It ended. We have to continue that, and I think Minister Julian John is working very, very hard on the process to ensure that the process is properly followed and that we'll continue the highway as proposed initially. They announced, the former PNM administration announced the opening highway, but it's only about 3-4 pieces that they couldn't lock together, and so we are now going to lock those roads together with some infrastructure, and I'm hopeful that that will be done in a good time.
And this is the kind of information that you want to hear. Now, while you're hearing oil and gas, you're looking to make revenue. Your conversation as a citizen is, how are we going to utilize this revenue? This government is telling us is a secret. They're telling us that there are things that has to be done. When you look actually on your ministers on them page, you see Minister Barry Pararat and his team is outside. The conversation is school repairs started early, because why? We have a responsibility to the people and the children of this nation. And this is the type of representation that you need. So when you hear them say they're going by minister's office, you just have to ask them what minister they're going by. Have to be the former ministers and them. One gentleman named call up $1.4 billion when you're talking CPEP. The next gentleman with HDC, it I want to hire him as a minister of finance. Instead of he build Port of Spain, he build a high-rise building in the middle of the city. Where are you really going to have conversation to tell who to come out of which office? You're trying to tell this government to come out of office because the oil and gas industry was collapsed and they actually revamping it. You want to tell me Minister Culture come out of office when the Borough Corporation of Point 14 cannot explain how they spend $1. You ain't going by them office. You want to go by Khadija office. You want to head up by Miss Vandana Mohit office to pull an argument. Is it that there is where you're going? Well, then we need an explanation because only left thousands of citizens on the breadline waiting on the pension, monies and things that they had already contributed to. It take this government, it take Ms. Vandana Mohit leading the ministry to rectify these things. That was small thing. Remember, we were told, only getting on like is an entitlement. The next one told us that everybody want everything for nothing. The next madman turn around and tell we, if you living down Cedros and you're hearing the song that my voice, or you living in Port of Spain and you're hearing the song that my voice, or you from Mendez, or you from Buenos Aires, or you're from Golconda and you hearing the song that my voice. If you from Cedros, have a wife working in town, or your daughter going to school in St. Augustine, these people advise you to jump on a bicycle because when they don't have money, them don't study it. When you bounce them up by the gas station, they with the high-end vehicle, they ain't even paying in cash. First they high life, and they ain't even paying in cash. They're living off of government perks and telling you to jump on a bicycle and drop your wife and your daughter off to school. And first they were serious about it. They were stripping the elders of the pension for dropping their grandchildren to school. They tell them they work in taxi. Let the parents and them figure it out. You have a mother is a nurse, the father is a police or a security officer. Let them figure it out. The grandparents is not to get involved. That is the structure that they had us living in. Today, some saying that they want to go by minister's office. Which minister office? And then before you go by minister office, your responsibility is to lay down your criteria. Give me your resume. And don't just give me the glitz and glamour one way of pretending on social media. Give me some of the resume where you went countries. How some of the airlines speaking about you. These is the resumes we want. How some of the people speak about you. Your friends and your colleagues. Give me your resume. Let me discuss some of the people that you rip off on behalf of poor people. Today in the public domain talking about you heading by minister's office. Well, I feel people are minding the business out. Well, I feel people not aware, not because people don't sit down and make all your conversation. What it is we try to do is make sure that people is updated with the relevant information. But we would be damned to sit down and watch a bunch of losers. A bunch of people who cannot explain their whereabouts. You can't send them on a message. Today now they're telling you that they're going to attack the government for doing their work and more. Bless good day.
Good night, brother. How you doing?
Bless good night. Bless good night. Talk to me. How you doing?
What's up, brother? Welcome back to your program.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Thank you much. Thank you much, man. And I'm glad that you're here with us here tonight. Talk to us.
This is Marty Steele. This is Marty Steele. You see me chat here. How you doing?
Yes, man. I'm okay. I'm okay. What's on your mind tonight? Talk to me, man.
I'm glad to hear you, boy. I don't know if I have anything special, anything certain, but I like to hear your voice again to inform the country.
Yes, man.
Keep the country abreast, you know. Keep the country abreast, you know.
Yes.
For the government, you know. I mean, to the country affairs, you know, and stuff, you know.
Yes, man.
To keep the people informed, in other words, now.
Yes. Yes,
you
man.
know, before the, you know, by the time next election, you know, people make a proper decision when the time arrives, you know.
Yes, man.
You know, that's about it, you know.
Yeah, man.
But anyhow, you don't take WhatsApp program?
Yeah,
WhatsApp call?
Yeah, the WhatsApp call, the same number.
Same number calling on.
Yeah, WhatsApp call it.
Oh, that number, the 393.
Yeah, the 3936011 number. If that
Oh,
will
I'm
get
gonna
WhatsApp.
call again. I'm gonna call in. I know everybody has to call me WhatsApp too, eh?
Yes, man.
Not the next number, though, eh?
No, not the next number. This number. Don't worry, you'll get the next number back up and running probably by the next program or the program after. What happened is that we upgrade phones, but what happened with these new phones and them here now? They don't have the part to jack in the cord for the headphone.
Right. The jockey door. Next number would be the personal number, that was then.
Yes. No, we have other phones, but we update the phones on them. So the phones on them, there's about 3 phones I alone have, you know.
3 contact numbers there?
Yeah, about 3. Two belong to the studio and I have my personal number.
Oh, right.
And then my wife has she number, and so you know what's going on.
Oh God, yes. Yeah.
But again, I want to thank you very much for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. This is my first program back. And watch me, this Saturday and every Saturday going forward, 6 o'clock, you're tuning in. Make sure and call somebody who knows somebody, because watch me, it's about information.
Yeah. Every Saturday from around
6 o'clock.
Around dawn here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, about.
Yes.
Okay. I try calling your personal number, so now. I'm gonna try this one, you know.
Now that I hook up, I have to get some Bluetooth device to tell me, so I'll get that as the week navigate.
So if it has to be available for the subsequent program.
Yes.
Oh, so from there I can call any number, whether WhatsApp or regular call, eh?
Yes.
All the contacts, eh?
All the contacts will be up and running.
WhatsApp and regular call.
And regular calls.
Oh, I was trying to call you WhatsApp, and I didn't try to on WhatsApp. I should have done it, but it's available now on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Okay, I could have tried that, you know.
Oh gosh, that's small thing. Next time.
But I have a plan, so that it's taking out of my minutes now.
Yes.
It's 3 minutes now.
All right. So you go save that money next time, right?
No, I don't know. It's a plan I use it, but it takes.
Right.
It might take out to the minutes now, the annual minutes now.
Right. All right. Understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I pay for a plan, but it might give me minutes now. It might give me minutes to utilize now.
Right. Say no more.
Yeah. So, all right. So, WhatsApp is only have to make video call, eh?
You could video call now. I wouldn't get you video call yet. I'm going to send you a link to come in the program.
Oh, Zoom and all that?
Yeah.
You want to about Zoom?
No, not that Zoom. It's coming from StreamYard. I use StreamYard on this side.
Oh.
Yeah.
I WhatsApp call, video call only. I mean, calling audio call, sorry.
Audio call, yes.
Oh, right.
Right.
So what's everything otherwise?
By the grace of God with them, man, and we holding on, we just fighting.
Yeah. I know this from the inception of this program.
Yes, man.
When shortly after election, you know.
Yes, man. Thank you very much. And you just stay focused and make sure and stay connected to the ministers and them page, so that you are aware of all the information that taking place.
Yeah, I try to be, but you know what things getting out in social media, it causing a lot of bad influence and all that too.
Well, that is why we back to work, yes, sir? Hey, bro?
Because
that is why we back to work, eh?
Yes. Because Kelsey doing the best, Safwan and David doing the best. I don't have me and David, you know.
Yeah.
Are concerned about that, you know, and that kind of thing, you know.
Now don't worry.
Kelsey, you know, kind of concerned about that, you know.
Now we will get right, you know, bit up. Everybody supporting, and the nice thing is we endorsing our responsibilities. Those who just want to call in disrespectful on those programs, them fellas, which part days they can't answer them to suit. Over here we can answer them to suit. So we go utilize this to keep the people and them well informed, and we will guard our space.
Yeah. And I know they're kind of overly concerned, you know, how the opposition and the mindset of these people, you know. I mean, from Lennox, from Lennox Smith and so on, and up to the CCC night program, you know.
Yes.
I mean, we want to support all the way. WARY, they all are very, you know.
Yeah.
All the trend in the reputation, the influence going on.
Right.
So what the next election, or even the local election coming here?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? They all are very, you know, the mindset, the thinking, you know, reputation, you know. So that which I mean, to translate the results, you know.
Yeah.
And Michelle will go against this region now, you know.
Yes, man.
Because the plans are making and I met the best to do for the country, yeah?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
You know, because, you know, and I know, and they were looking for them all area, they all start to get where we come. Like Heavy and Kingsley and, right, more or less, you know, and enough, you know?
Yes.
You know, up to yesterday, I hear this from the talk, Heavy and Kingsley, and you know? So all are very, but I'm not sure you can see my message on the chat, you know, but still
Will do.
you will see my profile in the chat, in the live chat.
Will do.
You mark Monty Steele, you know. Saying welcome back, you know.
Yes.
It's right.
Yeah, I saw it. I did put it up earlier on.
Yeah, because I open to see more of a consistently here now, you know.
Yes.
After tonight, you know.
Will do. It's our responsibility to make sure that you're well informed.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, man.
I know, you know, don't see the back door, the pay them back once at all, eh?
Nah. Them need to go about their business. They need
know?
to go about their business.
You know, I know, because second here, I know, like you say, here, go, if you go to say, every moment they come, it's going to be country, happy, OP. I understand every awareness, eh? So extreme awareness on that.
Yes.
You know, but before I go, how things shape up in the area, the reaction from the area, the performance is happy. It going well, or things need to buckle up, or if people need to be informed some more?
Based on what it is I seen down in Point 14 here, as I tell you, I mind my business and my MP is going above and beyond for the people. My MP even down in Point 14 here doing the borough work. And if it is you pay attention, a lot of the ministers is actually doing the corporation's job.
Yeah.
So the fact that we seeing that, it shows that the ministers and them come out to work. So those of us, and you mentioned the local government earlier on, we in our areas, we must get the relevant support for our district. And I tell people one time, a man go say, well, Irvin, you only talking that, but my corporation was a UNC corporation. And all I could tell persons, if PNM was central government and they did not fix their own corporation, how they go fix UNC own?
Yeah.
How they wouldn't send the resources, they wouldn't send the relevant support that the Saparia need and Princeton, they wouldn't send it. So then you have to come to terms with what you're dealing with, and now it's time for you to get back to those who actually were elected and those who continue to be selected to go in particular positions to represent you, because you have this government sitting at central government that actually is going to fight for local government. And you have to remind the people, PNM was in central government and they did not fix their own corporations.
I realize all that. You don't let stop that saying. But I would say, how the action going, the confidence that you think of it, we gain a consistency or what the case?
Now, well, we don't have Point 14 already. We don't have library already. Our constituency stands as a UNC constituency. Our member of parliament is a UNC representative.
Yeah. I'm talking about the confidence level now. I mean, are the guys the
well, what's me? Oh, I catch where you're coming from. Well, then, all I can tell you, brother, since the UNC win the election, the member of parliament does head to office, especially on his office day, at 5:30 in the morning. And the people continue to show the confidence because they continue to come. They come in. And all the programs, everything in the communities, they inviting him. They actually welcome the member of parliament. So this is what we see here. Don't bother with Anthony Williams and them with the dotations. Them don't go nowhere. No. They don't go nowhere.
You know, Williams.
Yeah, them don't go nowhere. Nobody don't invite them.
I mean Anthony Williams.
Yeah. Nobody do invite them to nothing. You ever saw him in a jacket and tie, or in a shirt, or in a proper jersey going in some function? Nobody invites him to nothing. So
Yes,
his
yes,
conversation
yes,
now is to try to tell people on social
yes,
media that the member of
yes,
parliament is not around. That is his conversation. And the
yes,
only persons who would actually support Anthony's conversation right now is the
yes,
PNM persons who connected to the Point Fortin Borough Corporation, because they
yes,
are fighting for survival.
yeah. Meaning PNM,
Yeah,
PNM.
yes, the Borough Corporation is PNM, and they're fighting
Yeah.
for survival. So any fool who open them out and say something, they're holding on to it.
Yeah.
And they're pushing it.
Well, at least I hope if the antidote, the one you come, I hope they'll get enough votes even to qualify for all the man, too,
Thank you. Thank you. But despite what, we have a responsibility to the people of Point Fortin, so we're going for the entire borough.
Yeah.
We're going for the entire borough. It's time the people of Point Fortin get a break. It's time the sewer trucks start to work. It's time that the trucks and all the structure that was supposed to be put in place be put in place. It's time for accountability in Point Fortin, especially when it comes to our borough level in Point.
Yeah. You see the back of going on San Fernando, when it's time, they come to all kind of thing.
This is what's going on, and I just what. Now, mind me, I don't understand where you're getting it. I don't understand what it is you're seeing, because the person who actually leading the San Fernando Borough Corporation, that is the same person who give the police officer who is charged for slaughtering the police officer in the police station. He gave that man an award some months just the other day. He labeled that man as one of the best officers he have. Today, that man is arrested for murdering his comrade.
Or even so-called activists who are leading charge of the coup and all that.
No, I talking about the other day with the guns missing in the municipal police station.
Yeah.
If you check the data behind it, the mayor of San Fernando, the police who locked up for that murder right now, he gave a man an award just some months before. So you're supposed to understand what you're dealing with.
Oh, right. Oh, right. So you get a man who murdered well, everything.
Yes, the person who murdered Mrs. Eversley. He give that man, that man got an award on that this current mayor in Sando. So there is no reason to think that something constructive is going on in San Fernando.
Well, bro, you have a lot of important work to do, we got that area too in San Fernando and Point Fortin. They're looking at too. And in Tunapuna and that kind of thing,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So that's why.
But, yeah.
Again,
I know.
You guys.
I know St. Joseph, you're PNM going to get back there so easily. Really, I think located now. St. Joseph, St. Joseph, saying former area now.
Yeah.
I know you and Tim might get back there easy, a bit easier now.
No, but that's what we want, but we just don't want to sit down and talk about it. While we at it, we're encouraging the government to continue working, continue being diligent, because the government have a very serious mandate. Because at the end of the day, we have an economy to build. And the more people we get out and working, the more people we get contributing.
Okay.
Here we get back to some sort of normalcy. Now, we wasn't in an over-comfortable position. But at the end of the day, once the government continue to go with the confidence and the diligence that they're going with, and the citizens...
And most of the UNC institution, especially UNC,
Well, yeah, because the UNC is in power.
Yeah.
They control central government.
Yeah.
Don't mind we have a baker's dozen a joker in central government too, but the UNC government, thank God that they are in charge. And it's our responsibility to make sure that the relevant, the right information, not just political information, when courses is being done, when jobs is being distributed, it's our information to make sure and stay relevant. This is why I am back this Saturday and every Saturday.
Yeah. Well, if we could try to make it be good, like, we used to do weekly program,
Yes,
you could, now and again, we could,
yes.
you get opportunity. So Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah, man.
it's like, if you think about it,
Yes, man. As we move along.
Yeah, move along, until, I think along God give life, we go do that, just to keep people informed,
Yes,
inform the more they thinking voters now,
Yes.
Trying to debunk the repetition from other social media creators, there's a lot of them, doing anything,
Well, that is why we just give them the opportunity to call in and defend the conversation, At the end of the day, if you telling me that PNM is the way, the truth, and the light. You could come on 640 television and break down that mathematics to me. You have a next fat one in point 14 day. He and all could utilize the phone and call in and you tell me, convince me why we supposed to be supporting PNM. Because I could explain to you clearly why the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
No matter how you comment, there's no way you want to go back to that.
Nobody ain't going back to that. But they won't open the door for the conversation, because if you're conversating in the public domain, the citizens' eyes will open. So they will continue to duck and hide and continue to make videos and short clips while they cannot explain how Balize House was built. How did they climb $4 million out of the hole and end up with $100 and how much $1 million house?
$100 million in Belia.
Me and them. Not me, Papa.
I no matter the question, but you see, I don't believe they will curate to that such figure. It has to be some taxpayer resources involved with that, you know, expenditure per se, you know.
Before you leave from here, I want to remind you this. Before you leave from here, I want to just give you a picture. Eric Williams run for a while in government, right?
Right.
Patrick Manning run for a while in government.
Yeah.
Then we have Robinson, who he got term. Basil Pandey got term. Chambers got a little play. Miss Kamala Prasad Bisesa on his second term. And let me explain to you, all them governments put together did not have the swag to borrow the amount of money the last administration borrowed. That administration borrowed the most amount of money that has ever been borrowed in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. And they borrowed that on the backs of citizens with nothing to show for it.
I hear Wade man talk about that. The way the bond gap from about 20-something billion to about 70-something billion thereabout.
Thank you. And have nothing to show for it. Today they're in the public domain arguing and you can see this and you can see that. Where did the money spend? Where you get over $100 million to invest in Balize House? Why did your Minister of Finance, instead of building Port of Spain, build a high-rise building in the capital city? Why the former Minister of Youth name continue to be called in corruption in HDC with land, HDC land, and all these type of the poor behaviors?
People doing some tours and showing some dilapidated structure.
Come on now, man. Left our people unemployed, left our people without water, left our children in knee-high water in school, did not repair the schools, did not make investment in agriculture. And today, we have people talking about they're going by minister's house to match. No, you need to find where Rowley is. He is the prime minister that abandoned the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody else did that.
That is Vanessa, what your name is? Vanessa Jeffrey. Yes.
They are. Now you're trying to encourage the people to follow a failure. You're trying to encourage the people to follow a loser. You're trying to encourage the people to follow a man who cannot explain his government borrowed the most money in the history of this nation. And listen. Here where they used to tell you. Here where they tell the citizens of this country. Them wasn't fighting crime, you know. Them was investing in crime.
Yeah.
Me and them.
But you know, thing is we program on Sunday now. Our name is Dominic Women. Call it Twitter. It is hours of live show. And that people will follow him and agree what he say, you know.
Dominic Romain and them will only get a bunch of jokers to follow them. The reason for that is until the day Dominic Romain could sit down and tell Mr. Austin Jack Warner, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity.
After beginning to speak, he had a live show on YouTube, you know.
Yeah.
About 3 or 4 hours, 3 and a half hours of all content, live content. He want to put in public domain.
Dominic and them could walk into a room as Africans. Them could walk in a room and sit down and hear people bad talk Jack Warner and in say a word. Them totally, he comfortable. Jack wanna make he a man, you know. He totally comfortable because he get an opportunity to sit in a position that he can't even explain how you in the seat.
Yeah, he nearly lose it all.
Nearly lose. Up to today, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago still waiting on the data properly from elections and boundaries from the 2025 April 25th election.
Even about 250, less than 250 votes. Ian Marvin.
I can't go with that data. You know why? I was working on the radio at the time. They did not release that data from elections and boundaries. It took them weeks to come up with that. So that is unacceptable. As far as I know, they lost that seat. Now, mind me. You know why I'm speaking like that? You know why I could speak like that comfortably?
Yeah, I understand.
Not next week. Next week, I have Minister Ernesto Raymond Keys. The following week, I will try my best to get Minister Clyde Elder. And he will explain to you how they nearly rob him Labre seat. If he wasn't minding his business.
Boy, I understand. Yeah, he goes to the person. He put up by municipal margin or that, but 700.
I tell you, we will forgive them, but we would never forget them. Partners, I have our next call on the line. Let me take this next call.
You have to work hard to be not sitting on next time we party.
Yeah. Let me take this next call here. Thank you very much for your contribution.
When I call again, I will try the WhatsApp. We'll see that working.
All
so
right.
that WhatsApp is here.
Yeah, all right. No problem. And
they have WhatsApp on it here?
Yeah, this have WhatsApp on it, yes.
Yeah. You know WhatsApp is free, yeah?
Yeah, WhatsApp is free.
WhatsApp is free. What Wi-Fi join by? And you have WhatsApp, you have WhatsApp connection.
Yeah, you
got to be free.
Yeah, you good
to those who want WhatsApp, you know.
Yeah, man. Nah, keeping that WhatsApp. All right, thank you much, bro.
So that's people who make free corner, don't want to credit, you know?
Yeah. People want to credit, you could still call in.
Yeah. You don't have to pay for that, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay then. Take care. Nice conversation, though, eh?
Yes, man. Thank you much. Thank you much.
I look forward to hearing my voice another time and convenient and I go and text you, you know?
Yes, man. Thank you much.
Listen, try to join YouTube especially because you know Facebook.
It's on
Facebook is released after a while, eh?
Yeah, we streaming on YouTube too, you know.
Yeah.
You're going on YouTube and you're looking for 648 television.
Yeah, what I'm saying, if I talk about every live Facebook video, it is released after a while. Facebook is released after a while, you know.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm running it on YouTube too. So this is why I'm on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the page, and on Instagram too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, if you have to make a personal Facebook post, why the customer put it on YouTube? Post it on YouTube.
Will do going forward. Will do, understand
all a couple of days they do, if you make a live on Facebook, try and put it on YouTube, because YouTube will be more popular than quicker popular than Facebook video coverage, you know.
All right, no problem. That advice will be taken.
Because if you make a Facebook live tomorrow, live, the next month or for 7 weeks, it takes a toll.
All right, Papa.
You know? Yeah. What coming Facebook or WhatsApp? Try and put it on YouTube.
All right, will do.
Yes.
Will do.
Or put it on Facebook, put it as premiere. So it might stay long, but yeah.
All right then, no problem.
Like how you show up with the post and thing. Do it a premiere. Do the premiere like you know, you understand what I'm talking about now?
Understand.
You understand? You understand? The post advice again now.
Yes, man. Thank you much, brother. Thank you. Later.
So you like video, it takes it off, but try and report it like a premium now.
All right then. All right then.
YouTube as well.
I understand where you're coming out from, yes. I'm putting it on YouTube, I'm putting it on Facebook, I'm putting it on the next Facebook page too. You don't get no vibes. Thank you much for the call, thanks for the support. So let me see if we can wrap up this week here.
Yeah. If you have to make a...
You have a blessed remainder your night, caller. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends, once again, it's your boy Irvin. And before I leave here, I want to drop this video here because I need you to see this video. And wherever you are in your community, again, you could call in and big up your minister, call in and big up your counselor, call in and big up who working on your behalf. Because at the end of the day, it have people who seriously not mobile. It have people who just cannot move. It have people who done down in age already and they just be inside. And when them watch on social media, because everybody had a phone. So when them watch on social media now, all they hearing is nothing and it's nothing in taking place. You outside, you young, you strong, you vibrant, it is your responsibility to say what it is you're seeing. Don't bother with them to come because some of them with the political drug fighting you down to tell you about and this government. A man meet me to tell me Kiza Haiti. When I meet the member of parliament don't even know him. The man don't even know him. The man get the work, the man have time to hate nobody. The amount of work he had to do over 40, 50 years of neglect. Point 14 is what it is the man dealing with. Oh, look, come on now, man. Come on now, man. It's either this thing is about the community, either this thing is about the constituency, either this thing is about Trinidad and Tobago, or this thing is just about red and ready and I ain't going nowhere. Red and ready and going nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Trimmer Senior in the building. Bless good night. We are there again. We are there. Sing. Bless good night. Bless good night. Can. Bless good night. Every single one. Monica. Bless good night. Pat. Nikki. Everyone. I ain't see Pearl Sammy for the night. They triple the roti shop. I ain't see. Well, Granny, nothing but love coming out for you too. Girl, and I see Freeport. Big up yourself. Each and every one of you. Tara, everyone who passed through tonight. I want to send out some love to my mother down there in Georgia. Tell her I love you, girl. Send out love to my stepfather. Ed, big up yourself. I have to send out love to my lovely wife and them children. I have to send out love to the baby too. What going on with this baby? Baby, big up yourself, girl. I know you and your mother up the road Lyman Bay. Well, big up on yourself in Brooklyn. Can we take one more call before we go? I have one more video to run for all you before we head out.
You want to call before?
Bless good afternoon, caller. Bless good night, caller.
Bless good night, caller. Bless.
What's going on?
Tell Paul I'll put some grease on all too. I'll put some grease on it too. I tell him when you want to tell me short term go back to his house. Because the PNM call it meeting now, right? And if you want to know what's going on in Point Fortin, tell him come down in Point Fortin. If you want to know what's going on in St. Joseph, tell him come back. But anyway, before disrespect the host and everything, after that good night and welcome back.
Yes,
Brother Felix. And I extend greetings to the home circle.
Yes,
man. Yeah. And it's time we tell the PNM and them that here we're going on the thief all we blasted money. Right, Paul? Right? And when they can answer for it.
Yes, man.
Because they get affected, I don't use my money and call because I'm trying to get on the WhatsApp to lock it in. And you come with your because here what's going on. I want to know who paid for all them houses, right? The bill for all that money and then break it down in the Paul. Right? You want to know that to put that up on WhatsApp? Can't say that there too. Because here what's going on. When they talk about the PNM and very weak declarations, that's what I'm trying to chat and talk. But here what's going on. All they lost a cause in life and stop being undercover that.
Yes.
Anytime you want to know what's going on in the UNC area, come and see. 10 years the PNM suffer. The UNC area, the PNM area, and just imagine down to the PNM supporters. What again you want to know? Where to put it?
Talk to me.
Because here what's going on. This Friday night, I supposed to be sleeping and Brother Felix supposed to get up again in the morning. He had things to do. We serving the people in Point Fortin. Right? So we are going on. When all that come and talk, I don't know what I'm talking about. We are in a list and stay one side. Because here what's going on. Unless you can call back on this program. Paul, I want to keep calling, but here what's going on. Bring the facts and tell me why it is all at HGC housing. Right? Courts overrun and it's falling down. Who paid for it? And tell me why it is all the PNM supporters and all the panels from Digomatic goes straight up to Toko. They're living like it's Hogpen.
Yes.
Hogpen is, people don't have Hogpen stick so. Are you telling me, you want to know where to put it and what they should come on? Let me talk and let the people know that here what's going on. That anybody think about voting the PNM. It starts with Manning. Manning says he's a born again Christian. He fought every single thing with Conahat and Malcolm Jones. Then he come now and he say he's a born again people at church. And he keep on everything and God fight Conahat. Then Rowdy say, give me a chance, he's different. And he's fighting corruption. But you hear now that two minister, one with $500 million with his family. The next one in the housing development. All of a sudden, all the hair drop out the hair, and hear nothing again. You hear when people calling them. So what is really going on? People money, and then after all the calling and saying that my government, my esteemed political leader, we had this country, so but here what's going on. When I select, give me a call to lock the WhatsApp number on number 4, please. And I'm just evening. I tell you what, to a pleasant evening. And don't forget, I will still come and look for you. Because you see how long, it's only a good friend who say comment and never reach yet. But,
I take it, Licks. Right.
Yeah, so after that good night, I will leave some for later.
Yes, man. Pleasant good night. Pleasant good night. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, they are back. They are back. And this is what it is about. 648 Television is out and about, ladies and gentlemen, this and every Saturday. Now, mind me, brothers and sisters, you have to stay tuned from 6 p.m. until, because this was going on here. You know, we have some catching up to do, so we end up catching a little 3 hours tonight. I want to thank you all for staying with us. I see we built up to a little 350 earlier on. I'm thanking you all. And again, I needed to call somebody who knows somebody. Let me get the thing going. You had the opportunity to utilize the phone lines. Don't be like, sit down. It was hurting me to sit down. I see a man calling a program. And that man used the C word and disrespect the East Indian community. I say, what? This is where it reached to? Nah, man, it's time to go back out to work, man. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you will call in. You will defend it. You will stand for righteousness. You will continue to stand for Trinidad and Tobago, and we will do this in unity. So watch me, my Muslim brother. Bless good night to you. My Hindu brother and sisters. Bless good night to you. My Christian Jehovah Witness, Ethiopian Orthodox. Whatever denomination that you stand with, bless good night to you. And those of you who just, you make up your mind because I don't really go to church. Listen, at the end of the day, you have a responsibility when you're getting up off of your bed. Thank God for waking you up. Thank God for having you in the land of the living. Thank God for blessing you with children. Thank God for blessing you with a husband. And if you're still waiting on children and you're still waiting on that significant other, allow the Father to guide you into that direction. This is what we're dealing with. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if you know where you're coming from, it is impossible to know where you're going. Where we just came from is venom. Where we just came from is no water. We just came from lack of housing, lack of information. Ladies and gentlemen, lack of representation. Today, we continue to stand with our government. We continue to give full endorsement, full support to our Prime Minister and each and every one of our sitting ministers that represent the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you who living in zones, probably a zone in Saparia or Princess Town or Shogunas, and your argument is that my area is a UNC area and my corporation is a UNC corporation and the UNC councillors ain't do nothing for we and the UNC mayors ain't do nothing for you. My responsibility is to remind you, PNM was sitting in central government. They did not fix their own areas. How would you think that they would send money to your corporation and the corporation in Point saying there wasn't gain? Port of Spain saying there wasn't gain. All the PNM districts stating there wasn't getting. So you have to be a crazy person. Don't catch yourself in that. They wasn't supporting. When Point get the resources, the little cacada they get, they study to drink it out. It look like it's the same dotishness take place in Port of Spain. When you dealing in Saparia, may you them dealing with flooding and all kind of thing, and their government was not in central government. They couldn't bring the support to you. You in Princess Town. They couldn't bring it. They couldn't bring it. This is why we're asking you. Stay focused. Listen to what it is Ms. Khadija Amin is saying on a daily basis. Check out what Ms. Vandana Moit is saying. Check out where your Minister of Homeland and National Security, what your ministers are saying. Listen to what your ministers of housing is saying. They're telling you that Philip and them in business. Philip ain't looking for no HDC house. Anil and them here. Anil ain't looking for HDC house. But we have good upstanding citizens that are looking for houses that are already supposed to be in houses. These people were supposed to already forget that they don't buy house. People getting house today, and the people, when you listen to the conversation, them on the list for 35 and 40 years. Let me be real and reasonable. At the end of the day, we continue to stand with the government of Trinidad and Tobago. We stand with our Honorable Prime Minister and each and every one of our ministers. You, the supporters, we have a responsibility to never forget where we come from. Remember, we would forgive them. Only because of the God in our hearts, we will forgive them. But we would never forget them. As we go forward, more information. Remember to stay tuned next week, Saturday at 6. The Member of Parliament for Point Fortin would be here with us on Real Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Irvin. As I leave you with this video from the White Tep team. To all the White Tep participants and wherever you are in Trinidad and Tobago, stay focused, stay blessed. Make sure go get your certificates. Those of you looking out for the school support, remember, keep your ears on the ground. All who don't say who they don't like, Kareem Marcel and represent this political organization, they don't like us. Over the years, over 50 years of leadership, obviously they don't like Africans. They don't like East Indians. They don't like nobody with ambition. So we understand who they don't like. What we have to do is like ourselves. We have to like Trinidad and Tobago, like we community, like we family, like we children. Like life. That's what we like. People, it's all about Irvin. I am over and out. Love each and every one of you until we meet again next week. Nothing but love. Love all it. See, a congratulation is in order for each and every one of our brothers and sisters taking part in this White Tep pastry course here in Point Fortin. Again, I'm just looking at what is displayed in front of us and what may have me feeling for something to eat right now. But either way, I want to say, what we see in here, it look like we have some businessmen and some businesswomen. It look like we have some bakers to deliver a product to the people of Point Fortin. And God knows, might be Trinidad and Tobago. That is second to none. Based on what it is we are seeing here, people, I just telling you all congratulations in front. Your goods looking really, really good. But either way, while we at it, I want to say thank you very much to the Member of Parliament that continue to go above and beyond for the people of Point Fortin. Thank you very much, sir, for bringing back this White Tep course that was seriously needed in Point Fortin. And again, for that, we say thank you very much to the government of Trinidad and Tobago that continue to stand with our very own Member of Parliament, Minister Ernesto Raymond Kiza. To our support base, our brothers and sisters, even those of you that don't support. This thing is not about hate. This thing is about upliftment. This thing is about Point Fortin. This thing is about Trinidad and Tobago. This thing is about me. This thing is about you. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you all for tuning in with us today. Again, I thank everyone who came by to welcome me back. Bless, good afternoon, and thank you very much for the love and the support. Come on, I feel it. I must send out some love to Granny. I have to send out some love to Freeport. I must send out some love to each and every one of our UNC, our 648 supporters. I want to send out some love to the people who not politically aligned and just stay tuned because they just calling to say, hey, Felix, once you show up, you don't know it's Real Talk. Shout out to every single one of you. I pray the Father continue to cover you all, guide you all, and protect you all as we navigate forward towards our next week. Ladies and gentlemen, again, only let we stay focused and let we stay blessed. It's your boy Irvin, over and out. Love all you.
As midnight tonight.
First things first, I must say, a congratulation is in order for each and every one of our brothers and sisters taking part in this. I just looking at a lot of can't take the dirty ways along. Me feeling for something to eat right now. But either way, I want to say
If you have material motive,
like we are some bakers to deliver a product to the people of Point Fortin, and God knows, might be Trinidad and Tobago. That is second to none. Based on what it is we are seeing here, people, I just telling you all congratulations in front. Your goods looking really, really good. But either way, while we are to say thank you very much to
tell the devil you look for you and find it.
For the people of Point Fortin. Thank you very much, sir. Bringing back this point.
So try and heavy me. Oh no, what's my favorite was pressure already. So I ain't said no sleep for nobody. I don't know if you will notice, but I have money in progress. If you have a serious motive,
this thing is not about this thing is about uplifting. This thing is about Point Fortin. This thing is about Trinidad and Tobago. This thing is about me. This thing is about you.
Really a pleasure to have both ministers accompany us today on this site offshore.
Today is a very important day for us out in the Soldado Field, and moving with the staff of Heritage, the chairman and the CEO and other executive officers, and of course and we are looking at some of the deteriorating infrastructure which is being inherited. There's a big emphasis now on upgrading, on refurbishing. We are very conscious of our neighbors and protecting their marine environment as well. And looking at the real situation, the existing real life situation out here, and it has been quite a revelation to me as
and to fix some of the critical infrastructure issues. The heritage team, they have had a full program for work.
We are taking our time, prioritizing all the issues and making them accordingly.
This is oil and gas. There's serious need for capital investment as we continue to repair, restore, and rejuvenate.
We too far, they can't reach you, we are on the side. They lost the people business, but their business spoiled. I don't care. Me. I don't care. Keep on making your noise.